Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to this precious episode, one of the most important streams on Chess India. It has been something that I have been wishing to do since such a long time now. The evolution of Anish Giri, and I'm so glad that this is happening right now. Anish was supposed to be starting candidates today if that had happened, but that got cancelled, and so we have him here. And I'm going to wait for people to join in. Sorry for being slightly late, but the wait is going to be worth it today. I'm going to learn so much about this personality whom all of you love so much. So this picture is the thumbnail that has been created. You can see on the left the cute little boy Anish, who then became one of the best grandmasters, one of the best chess players that the world has ever seen. So let's go and let's invite the man of the moment, the one and only Anish Giri. Welcome, welcome, Anish.
Thank you, Sagar. Thank you. No, somehow I was now when you said man of the moment, and also I was thinking about this evolution series that you do. It's like people they have this moment when their birthday, they have this moment when they retire, the moment when they marry, these big moments in their life, and there's now also a moment the day when Sagar Shah does the evolution of you on YouTube, because there's no birthday, there is no, but still there is like such a big. No, it's fantastic.
Well, Anish, the thing
Thank you, Sagar, that you invited me. Thank
for
you.
me, it's like knowing a person like you is just unbelievable because I get a chance now to ask you all the questions that I have on my mind. Because while I was going through everything about your life, I understood that chess, of course, that covers a huge part of your life, but there are so many other things which I want to know about. And this is going to be my moment. I hope that we will be able to learn a lot of secrets about you today. Yes, guys, I have turned on the slow
Yeah, let's see.
mode.
Let's see.
I have
Let's see.
turned on the slow mode. All okay. All okay.
Yes, I just opened now the chat as well on the other side. So all good. All good.
All is good. So, Anish, let me just put you here so that we can see the pictures along with you. Man, you are so cute. Amruta said you must be the cutest youngster when you were young. I said I don't know about others, but Anish definitely looks so cute.
Sagar keeps in mind that he might have to do evolution of other people in the future, other top gems. So he's being careful here.
No,
Good point. Very good. Wise thinking, Sagar. Professional thinking. No, Sagar, everybody is cute, It's okay. It's well-known fact. Yes, the kids, they are cute. It's biologically so that they need so much care, as babies. They need and little kids, they need care. Alone, they cannot survive. So they are biologically cute so that other people are taking good care of them. That's all facts.
Okay, got it. Got it. And guys, is there any lag in Anish's voice or anything that needs to be fixed? Just let me know in the chat so that before I begin, all of that is out of the way. AGQ OP. Yes, absolutely. Lot of OP is going to happen today. Lot of OPs. Baby.
OP base India. OP base
Baby
India.
AG OP, they are saying. There'll be a lot of OPs that will happen, and guys, we have a lot of interesting stuff. So let me know if the sound is all right. All good. All good. All okay. Fantastic. No audio lag. Brilliant. Okay, Anish. First of all, I have this first picture of you. Such a nice one. That is you, I guess. That is you. I cannot see.
Yeah, I mean, there is no evidence. They say it's me. Could be anything. Could be anybody else. Could be, but they say it's me. So we believe them. You can't even see the face. You can see nothing. But the story says that it's me.
So that is your father, Sanjay, and that is your mother, Olga.
Yes, correct.
And so your father is from Nepal, mother is from Russia. Do you know how they met? Like what's their story? How did the two come together?
Yeah, it's not so complicated. So basically, it was Soviet Union at the time, right? I mean, actually, when I'm born, no longer, but before it was Soviet Union and stuff. And they had a program to invite foreign students over, because they were not so close with the West, yeah, like Europe and States, of course, the Cold War and all that. But at some point, they were inviting other nations, and one of the nations that they were inviting from was Nepal. So there were a lot of Nepali students, in fact, that were invited to join Russian Soviet universities. And my father was one of the students, and he studied in few cities in Soviet Union until he landed in St. Petersburg, which is a very big city. There used to be a capital of Russia once upon a time, now second biggest city. And that's where my mother is from. So they met there in university. They were doing the same studies the same year, basically in the same class, yeah, same university class group, I think.
So they met each other there in St. Petersburg, and then they fell in love and they got married and they settled in St. Petersburg itself, or?
Yeah. So yes, I think my parents were very young when I was born. I believe my mother says that she was studying at the time. I assume, obviously, my father as well. Then,
Anish,
they were both still students.
Your mic is on your left, and the voice is so
I can bring
amazing.
it here.
Yeah. If you can bring it, then yes, it's brilliant.
Okay. So So they were studying there, and my father he was working. He had different jobs at the time when I was little. He was trying also some business, even nothing major, but some different things, because as Soviet Union fell, it was Russia, and there were a lot of different it was a strange situation. It was a very unstable situation, but basically, anyway, one way or the other, my father is a water researcher, and he ended up working as a scientist eventually, as a researcher.
Okay, he's a researcher. And what about your mom?
She has the same, obviously, profession as my dad, because also they studied together, yeah? So the same group. She's also a water researcher by profession, but she never pursued that career. She did have some jobs. She worked as well as like administrator in some, I don't know, all kinds of shop, business and stuff. She worked as well, but never as a scientist. And mostly she was a housewife. So whenever she worked, it was not for extensive period, and she never tried to build a career or anything like that. But she was mostly a housewife, and she still is. And I have two sisters also, younger sisters. At the time of this picture, probably not yet, but eventually I did. So she was quite busy throughout.
Yeah. So what was the year when they got married? Like, do you recollect?
Yeah, I'm born in 94. So probably 93 must have been the year.
So 93 was when they got married, and within a year you were born, and you were born in Moscow, or St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg. Okay. So they were in St. Petersburg. Yes, that's where they studied, and that's where I'm born. It's the second biggest city in Russia. It's not so far from Moscow. It's also in the north and the west of Russia.
Okay. And where is this picture taken? Do you remember?
This must be I'd never seen this picture before, in fact. But I have a feeling that this must be that famous ship in St. Petersburg. I think this river is probably St. Petersburg. It's probably St. Petersburg. Yeah, St. Petersburg. My mother, she was very good looking. She is still good looking. She was very good looking. Here she makes some kind of it's a bad picture. Yeah? She's she unfortunate moment was caught. She has normal, like she just slightly frozen basically. But yeah, she is that's there.
Yeah, it's very nice, and you can see like this is another picture I have with your dad. Here you are a little boy there with a cap. Also, maybe in Russia itself. Yeah, this one.
This is hard to say. When I was 3 years old, I traveled to Nepal for the first time. So honestly, technically, it could have been on one of these trips, but most likely it is in Russia, indeed. Yeah. Oh, I think it's like, where it is? I know this. There is a park. It's called Peterhof, like the Garden of Peter, in nearby St. Petersburg. I suspect this fountain is from there. It looks like the one there. Yeah. Probably it's Russia. Yeah,
very nice. And you said you visited Nepal when you were 3 years old, and look at this picture.
Well, the funny thing is that actually this is in Japan.
Okay.
As you could see from the women behind, they have Japanese look, but it is a probably international festival in Japan where we were showcasing our Nepali culture. So I had my hat. My dad is always so proud, when he puts this hat on, not only on himself but on me, also my son now on Danny. So he loves these Nepali hats.
So one thing which I have to ask here, because it's such a different concept for me and for many of us. Like when people of two different nationalities, they marry and they have a son, like in your case, is it like they try to enforce upon their cultures upon you, and then you are like, oh, I have to learn this as well, that as well, or is it like very chilled? How is it?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, sometimes I tease my wife because now we have the
Yes,
same
you are.
situation with my son,
Yeah,
obviously.
exactly.
So I tease my wife, when my son, that some word I teach him in Russian, or uh, when she was teaching him, like for example, Europe, Asia, Africa, all the continents. They were all the same, like sounding the same, like in Russian. Just I have to change one letter. So I told her, okay, you teach him. I will just later just change one letter, and it will be all. He will know everything in Russian also. So yeah, that's there. But I mean, in my case, I think it must be individual. But in my case, yeah, I was never enforced. I mean, okay, I was born and grew up mostly in Russia, and in terms of Nepali culture, it was natural. I mean, my father, he had always Nepali friends. There is always Nepali community in every country, and it's a very close community. It's a smaller country, and a very united country. So there, it's a small community, and he knew a lot of Nepali people also in Russia, and they would have, celebrating some Nepali festivals, right? Like the Nepali New Year is different. Also, there are all kinds of other traditional festivals, like just like in India. Yeah, there is this one that uh, with the sister and the brother as well,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
kinds of
yeah, yeah.
festivals
Raksha
that are
Bandhan.
probably similar to Indian. Yes, similar to the Indian culture too. So I mean, I've got to know the culture naturally. It's not like my father came and said, okay, son, so here is the thing. Yeah, it's very important you know it, because we are, the proud but just naturally. So we had friends come over, and yeah, I've got to know that culture too, for sure. And in Nepali language, I spoke it very well when I was 3.
Okay.
When I lived in Nepal for just over a month. It was very brief, but when you are a kid, you learn very fast because your brains are very flexible. So for you, Sagar, it's a pity you have to teach a lot of grown-ups. Yeah, like many of them also quite ungifted. Yeah, but
I was waiting. What is Anish going to say here? What's the joke?
so you have to teach all kinds of grown-ups, but their brains are not so flexible anymore. You have to tell them loosen a position 100 times. They don't understand what it is. But when you are a kid, if you would teach a kid, for example, if Samay will have a child, you can teach baby Samay. You will immediately remember everything, immediately. And then the problem is, though, as the brains are so flexible, like you remember the language very fast, you can apply what you've learned, but just as quickly it disappears. Like it's a very plastic structure. So it comes in and then it also comes out. So after I didn't speak Nepali much for a while. Okay, I first spoke with my dad, but it got overwhelmed with a lot of Russian, of course, in Russia. So then it very quickly left. And I could no longer speak Nepali as fluently as before. So now I know a bit the language and recognize it, but I also can understand a little bit, but no more as fluent as I was when I was 3 years old.
Okay. I think the chat is already confused. Like, look, he's born in St. Petersburg. He went.
I'm also confused, Sagar. It's okay, chat. I'm also confused.
He went to Nepal for a month. Then you can see Japanese women. Maybe he was in Japan. Then he's right now in the Netherlands. How was it like, Anish? You were like shifting from one place to another when you were young.
Yeah, so it's actually not that complicated. So my father, as I said, he was working. At some point, he started working according to his profession, basically, yeah, like according to his degree. So he started to be the water researcher, and he did his PhD in Japan. It's the highest degree of study, so the doctor, and so that was between my age of 8 and 12 for me, these 5 years. So I was 8 years old at the time. So then we moved to Japan, and we moved back and forth with my mother, sometimes also back to Russia to keep up with the Russian school as well. And my father would work in Japan throughout. And then when his PhD was over, he got hired by a Dutch company. water research company, and we moved when I was 12, basically almost directly from Japan, so to Russia first, and then quickly to the Netherlands. And that's where we are still. I mean, my father still works at for that company for now, but already now, of course, I have my own, how to say, my own roots. Yes, let's say I have my own, like I'm already a Dutch chess player. So we moved as like children of my father at first, but right now I'm like myself a proper
now
Dutch
you are a
chess
star
player. So.
in the Netherlands. Of course, the best chess player and one of the best sporting personalities in the country. But Anish, while we go ahead, I want to do something. Look at this thing, and I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to listen to this very very cute little video. Yeah, just share this. And guys, I'm going to get Anish on the screen. Just give me a second, because this is a little bit technically tough when you have to share the sound as well. That time you need to.
Yeah, I was already worried because I sort of recognized this setting. I was already worried it was a video, not the picture.
Worried?
My
You're
worries are
worried.
confirmed.
No, nothing to worry. It's one of the cutest videos that you will see, guys. So let's go, Anish.
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys, we are back. Sorry for that. Anish, would it be okay if I played this here, and that you won't be able to listen to it because you know this one already? Because if I share the sound, it's getting hanged like
yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So for the chat only, just to give you a glimpse of, I think this gives a lot of feel of how Anish's childhood was like. I think this is Christmas time, and it's a very nice one. So just playing it again for all those who missed it.
Yeah, it's for sure. It's a New Year thing, definitely. Some New Year gathering is there. Yeah.
So that's
Johnny, Anishka, Johnny.
Anishka.
Eating sugar? Yes, Papa. Eating sugar? Eating sugar, no, Papa. Сейчас расскажи. Давай. Johnny.
Громко говори маме, мама не слышит. Мам, скажи, громко.
Johnny. Eating sugar?
No, Papa.
Telling lies?
No, Papa.
Open your mouth. Twinkle.
Громко говори, мама не слышит. Говори громче, а то мама не слышит. Громко говори.
Дальше.
I don't know if I'm going to get a copyright for this, because there's some music playing in the background, but I thought it was worth it putting this video up there because it is such a cute one. What is the music playing in the background?
Yeah, it is you know what I think? I think probably it is New Year, and there is like these New Year movies, yeah? Like every country has, like, Home Alone is, or one of the Christmas movies, right? And Home Alone is also, I think, one. So you have these movies. I think it is probably from some kind of Soviet movie that they were showing regularly during the New Year. I think I don't quite can't place it right now, but I think that was something from there.
It's such a nice atmosphere, festive atmosphere, and your father was trying to teach you. By the way, the name Anish comes from Nepalese roots, or how is it?
Yeah. I think definitely yes. It's a Nepali name. I think it means some kind of supreme something. I don't know what it is exactly, but I think my father came up with this.
And
name,
lovingly,
sure.
he called you Anishka.
Well, wait. Actually, that person who speaks to me at the start, That is not my who's on the video. Yeah. Sorry, Sagar, can you share with me the screen because I don't see you anymore again.
Yeah, sure. 1 second.
Yeah. The person who speaks to me at the start, it is my a friend of my father. That person and the woman is also a friend,
Oh,
his
really?
wife.
Really?
So these are not my parents. I mean, my parents are filming. They are behind the camera in this video.
Okay.
So this man and the woman, they are very, very close friends of my family, but they are not my parents actually. So this is my uncle calling me Anishka. Yeah.
Okay. But I think it's lovingly called. You add KA to the end of the name and you can go.
Yeah, it's some Russian thing. The thing is, so they were Nepali. The wife of this man is Russian, so they have a similar family as my parents. The man is from Nepal, but they would speak Russian, yeah, as to me there in Russia. So it is to add the Sanka. It's like it's kind of a Russian thing.
Okay.
But it's kind of funny, yeah, that they added it to a Nepali name.
Amazing. So here's a picture of Anish enjoying Christmas. You see here, nice. But also look at the background. So many toys, so many books, and also English alphabets, A, and all of this. It's a very nice setup. But I have collected a couple of pictures, Anish. Look at this. Okay, this is you when you were 3 years old. Okay, this is you when you turned 3.5.
Good one.
And look at you both 3 years and 3. Chat, do you agree with me?
Good one. Danny will like it. I will show it. I'll show this stream to Danny. He will like very much. One second. I'll call him. 1 second.
Guys, do you agree with me or not? Man, look at Anish, so similar to his son, or the son so similar to him. It's like there's no difference between them.
Смотри. Кто это?
Это я.
Где ты?
Oh, hello, Danny. Hello.
Я на видео.
Ты вот это?
Да.
А это кто?
Это ты.
Это я? Похож на тебя?
Да.
Да, похож. Давай, скажи маме.
What did he say?
Давай. Папе там было 3 года, да.
Dabai, let's go. I know from Vidit, Dabai means let's go. But 100%. Oh, chat is saying Danny is more cute. Let's ask. No, I think the photo quality of Danny is much better.
Sagar, the guy recognizes both of us, so
Really?
it's all good.
Really?
Yeah, he recognized both of us.
Did he say that this is you on the left?
Yeah, amazing. No, he's seen some pictures of mine, so he knows it.
Amazing. I think the only difference I could feel is that the photo quality was not the best back then, while Danny looks so like brand new here. By the way, Anish,
High
can you
definition,
just put your camera a little lower? Yeah. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So, guys, that's how Anish and Danny look very similar. Who are these people here?
So
Let me
all the 3 women, they are my mother's how it's called? Cousins, I think is the word.
Yeah, cousins.
Yeah, cousins. Yeah, like not sisters, but one like their moms are my mother's mom's sister. Yeah, cousins, I think is the word. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the man is the husband of the woman in the middle, one of the cousins.
Okay. Very nice. So you were loved by one and all, yeah, in your childhood. It was a nice pampered childhood. Would you say that?
I don't recall all the details, but yes, for sure. I mean, we had a big, a lot of relatives, a lot of friends my parents had. So no, definitely good times for sure. But of course, I mean, I don't know about others, but I don't recall too much of when I was 3 years old.
Yeah, true. This is one more.
Yeah, this is also one of the cousins of my mother. Yeah, with my mother.
On the right is your mom, and that's the cousin. And now comes an important moment in Anish's life when he becomes the elder sibling. So
Look at the face. Also, I understand the importance of the moment. Look at me. I'm like, okay, I am a little bit like this Fall Guys here, but I do understand the importance of the moment.
Anish is like, now I'm responsible. I have a younger sister.
Yeah, you can see change in the eyes already. Yeah.
How old were you when you got your sibling?
Yeah. So it was 98. I was 4 years old. I think 4 years. Yes, 4 years old at that age.
And what was your sister's name? The
Natasha. My sister's name is Natasha, the middle sister. Yeah.
middle sister, and the younger one?
Yeah. The younger one was 6 years later, and her name is Ayusha.
Ayusha. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it's like this is the picture.
Yeah,
It's
this,
a more
too, yeah.
recent one.
Yeah.
On the right is Natasha.
You know,
And on the-
Sagar, sorry. It is recent for me, kind of, but for my smallest sister, who is on the left, Ayusha, it is not recent at all. She has really grown immensely in these few years
Yeah.
compared to this picture.
This
She's
must
already a
be
big
like
teenager. Yeah,
2016 or so.
something like that. Yeah, but now, you know, she's 16 years old. And, you know, between 13 and 16, people really grow a lot. So she's changed very much, yes. Here
Yeah.
she is still very little, yeah.
Look at this one. What a picture.
Oh, you see, you were talking about pampered childhood, but you see, there were tough moments also.
That's Natasha. Natasha giving Anish a tough time, saying like,
Yeah, yes.
why are your cheeks so chubby? I need to pull them. Very nice picture.
Yeah.
So nice. And this is also one more. Look at Anish, such a caring brother, taking care of Natasha. Very nice picture and beautiful. Yeah. So, by the way, who is this person? I found a couple
Oh.
of pictures of her.
Yeah, this so my parents, they had a lot of friends, especially, you know, since their study group, and there was one family. So many of these families, they were Nepali husband and Russian wife, just like my own parents. But some families, they were also mixed. But this girl's father is from Ethiopia, Ethiopia, and her mother is Russian. And our parents were very close friends. You know, studied also in the same university and all that. And so they were good friends. And this girl, she is half Ethiopian, and she was a good, basically family friends of the family.
You were so close friends with her. I could understand. Look at this. Very
Yeah, wow, yeah. This close, I didn't even remember. No, but we saw each other, of course,
Are you
very
in
much.
touch with her now?
Now not, but my mother is in touch with my parents are in touch with them still. They're very good friends. They live in Russia. They have many children as well. You know, the funny thing is, so she's my age. There is also they have a child the age of my sister, and the other child they were basically having pregnancy together with my mom, with my mother,
Nice.
the daughter's
Nice.
the girl's mother. Yeah.
Amazing. By the way, guys, all of you ask how is Anish so stylish and takes all these selfies and all. Look at this one. The swag was there right since he was.
This is Nepal, I think, by the way.
This is
Yeah,
Nepal.
I think it's Nepal. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But look at you, the swag, the look with the
Yeah,
goggles.
no, I mean, I already, it's my first creepy selfie, I think, this one. My first creepy selfie.
And I loved this picture so much. I loved it so much. I put it on the thumbnail. It's like on the behind, everything is moving around. People are going to work. There are cars going around, and here is Anish posing in front of the camera like the good boy with the top buttoned up, nicely dressed up.
Yeah, you know, this is the busiest street of St. Petersburg, and this is the Kazan Cathedral. It's a very big cathedral, and this street, which is very busy, it's indeed the busiest street. It's this major road, and you cannot get there a moment when nobody's moving. So I think I just had to pause, yeah, one way or the other.
Yeah. And by the way, Anish, this is a very nice picture. I think this is from the school when you went in St. Petersburg, right?
I think I recognize the kid, and the kid is also a child of friends of our family. In fact, with him I a little bit keep in touch still.
Really?
He was not my classmate. He was my classmate. So I think if I see this correctly, it must have been something else than the kindergarten or the school, some other celebration, some other event. Yes, I think we are singing there. Could be some kind of New Year. In Russia, it's very big to do New Year celebrations with children. With the Santa Claus. This and all that. So maybe we are singing there for Santa Claus, something like this. I don't know. Could be that.
Okay. By the way, Sudarshan Rangan says another amazing addition to the Evolution series, and Shravan Madhav says Anish has such good relations with Indian players. He helped Vichy in 2010 for World Championship and helped improve with its rating from 2600 to 2700. Guys, we are going to get to this part. It's of course a very important part of this entire interview.
But on this picture, I think I already think about chess. The first picture where I think about chess, you can see I'm trying to equalize the bishop g5 Najdorf in this picture. You can see by the tense look on my eyes, there is a problem there somewhere.
No, I think Anish, that is not this picture. It's this one. This is where you are trying. Here you are trying to equalize.
Yeah, so that's the same. Yeah, yes. Here I'm working very hard. Definitely, yes.
Here the boy next to Anish is like writing down. Anish is like, man, it's a computer age. You need a notepad. And I think
my first iPad here. I think I was the inventor of the iPad. This picture is the first iPad. Before anybody had any iPads, I already wanted to play with the tablet.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And look at this nice picture
Japan.
here.
Japan.
This is in Japan.
Yeah. This is the.
That's you on the on right or.
The bigger one is me. The smaller is my sister. I think so. This is in Sapporo, this capital of not the capital, the biggest city of Hokkaido, the one of the islands. So not Tokyo, but the other one, northern island. And there is a very beautiful boulevard, and this tower, is the big tower of Sapporo. So it's not the Eiffel Tower, but the Japanese one. And you see a lot of shops there on the right, also all light up. I think it's also New Year time. A lot of lights.
Right. Beautiful. And this one also looks Japan.
It's Russia.
Is it?
No, this Russia. You can recognize the good person who is very familiar with St. Petersburg would recognize, and the slightly greenish building.
Yeah.
That's the very famous museum, the Hermitage, the world famous museum in St. Petersburg, one of the biggest museums in the world, comparable to Louvre in Paris. And we are standing right there. I think there is a river, this Neva River, and this is probably one of the bridges. So that's definitely St. Petersburg here. But I think the swag that I have, these pants, something I should reinvent a little bit, because I'm jealous. The level of style.
Look at this picture also. Like you are like knees bending down and posing like.
It's my first rap video. I think it's my first rap video, probably.
First rap video. Look at this picture. I love it so much. Look at
that's my grandma.
That eagerness in you to blow the candles. And that's your grandma, your mom's mom, yeah?
Yes, it's my mother's mother who is holding me. Yes.
Right. And you must be somewhat like 3 or 4 years old. Very cute. And now we come to a very important point in Anish's life. Guys, just look at these next series of pictures. You will realize that Anish came to chess after doing a lot of things. Okay, so first of all, boxer, if I can say so, shooter, swimmer. There's Anish swimming.
Jesus, wow, nice.
This is writer, author, table tennis,
the background, man.
chef. What is this? Anish.
It's Japanese musical instrument. Yeah, I think it must be some musical instrument. Yeah.
Musical instrument. Badminton. Guys, this doesn't end there. Football. Where is Anish here?
Doesn't matter, but football is there.
No, but I saw one more picture of you playing football.
No, but actually, Sagar, so some of it is fake news. Like boxing, I never did. Shooting, of course, was there is this attraction, for kids to do the shooting. I didn't do, but some of the sports I've actually gone to. This is fake news, of course. But some of the sports I've actually attended classes on seriously. So I actually did a lot of swimming. it's a long story of me trying to learn to swim. Is one of the most epic stories of my life. I think this is where I learned to be, the mental toughness and the ability to come back. Because I can tell you, if I have, since I have managed to learn swimming, ever since I managed to learn swimming, there could no longer be a challenge that could match, that could be this big. And already to beat Magnus Carlsen or become chess world champion, all of that is nothing compared to this achievement. Because
Really?
you cannot imagine, the struggles, the struggles. I was really not the kind of. I didn't evolve from the kind of animals that were swimming. Definitely, I mean, I evolved from different kind of animals. I was not at all into water. I really hated it. It was really tough.
But why did you
But
learn
eventually
it
I
then?
got there.
Why did you go to learn?
My mother thought it was a good idea that the child swims. It's a good idea, but it really took a lot of effort, really a lot of effort and a lot of dedication.
But you became good at it, yeah, eventually.
Decent. Yeah, I mean, I can swim now. I never became a swimmer, but I can swim, and it's an achievement, or for sure. And I also did the table tennis. I did also briefly, and I did the running as well. Actually, the running and jumping, this athletics. Yeah, this athletics.
Ah, okay.
And the football I did in Japan. So as I like to say that I was the. I think I must be in there some. Yeah, I'm there, number four. So,
oh yes, look at you.
I like to say that I was the worst footballer of the worst team of the city. This is one of the worst teams in the city, and I was one of the worst players of that club. That said, I was not so bad. It's just that Japanese level of football is pretty high. I'm just not so bad in football. I was better than most of my classmates, but in this football sections, yes, it was tough.
It was
but tough. I enjoyed it. I like football, and especially table tennis was my favorite for sure.
But Anish, what's with doing so many things like football, also sailor?
No, this is again fake news. This again fake news. That's just
yeah.
That's Photoshop before Photoshop existed.
But badminton, I mean,
badminton I did not in not professionally, let's say not in a club, but I did it as a kid in Japan later on. This is still in Russia, probably posing.
Yeah. But somehow you were like, trying to do a lot of things before you got to chess, or was chess had already begun in your life?
So no, I think so. Swimming was when I was 5 years old. Swimming was when I was 5 years old, and when I was 7 in Russia, people go to school, and as they go to school, they usually join at the same time some of other sport clubs, right?
Yeah.
That's how they do it in Russia. Seven is a very good age, to start some sport. You still have chance to get good at it if you are talented. So at the age of 7, I started table tennis and chess. And I had to give up table tennis because the chess was taking too much time. So my chess coach, she bullied my table tennis coach and forced me to withdraw from it pretty much. She just, she called the table tennis coach and she said, well, I don't know about table tennis, but he's very, very talented in chess. So he should not waste time with this game of yours, He should really focus on chess. And I was okay in table tennis, but my table tennis coach was not as passionate as my chess coach, and she just gave up the conversation. And after that, I also did some sports, but already, of course, on the side of chess, next to chess. And yeah, that was the football and athletics. But of course, I didn't have the results like I had in chess. So that was just on the side, just as a hobby.
Yeah, absolutely. But what about school? Anish, this is one of your pictures, I think, in a school dress, maybe with a tie.
Could be, yeah.
Were you able to manage your school? Because what I read is till 12th grade, I think, till you finished your school. And then you said, okay, no more education now. I want to focus on chess. Is that true or not?
Well, so the story of me and my school. So to be honest, when I was doing school in Russia, first I did it together with chess. I was a very, very good student. I was the best student of my class. And I also took it very personal. Yeah, I mean, I had to be the best student of my class. So I was studying very, very well for many years. For many years, actually. And once we moved to Netherlands, chess started to take up really a lot of time because I started to play tournaments, so I would have to leave the school. And so I just had I had much less time to study than usual. And so in Holland, my school results, they look like following. So let's say I would start the year in September. There would be no tournaments for 2 months. So September, October, I would stack up very good marks because I would study. Yeah, just for I would attend school. I would attend school, and so for 2 months I would score very high marks. And then as the tournaments would start, my marks would slowly drop, but the average would still be pretty high because of the beginning of the year. So as I was already busy with chess, my school marks were like this, the high and then the drop. Then again, when I would attend, it would be high. So the average was fine. And like this, I finished my school. And already towards the end of my school, I was already so busy with professional chess. And I was already a 2700 player, if I'm not mistaken, and playing some top tournaments. And basically, already, if the school would continue for 2 more years, probably I would become a bad student eventually because chess was taking up too much time. And after school, I would never decided that I'm not going to university or anything like that, but I just had nonstop the top tournaments and preparations. And so I thought I sort of postponed it, and it never actually happened up till now.
Nice. And I think it's a very successful story that even if you give up your education, but you're good at something else, you can pursue it. One thing which I've always seen in Anish is the intensity. Look at any picture. I think this is one of the first pictures I could find of you young chess playing, I guess.
It's Japan. Yeah. Actually, Sagar, in terms of school, I should add though, because I don't think I'm a very good example of those who really focus on chess and give up education, because I know many of my colleagues, players like Carlsen and Karaki, Caruana, and those are just the ones that are at the very top. They have been homeschooled a lot earlier, for example. I never got homeschooled. I was attending school until the last year. And you have also the other side players like Maxime Achelagraf, who went to university, at least for a while. He joined the university, at least at first. So I was somewhere in between. I finished my school, but the university I never actually started. But I didn't give up the education that early, as many do. So let's say when it became clear that I could be a professional chess player, we didn't give up the education at the time just yet. I don't say that you shouldn't or you should, but it's at least I was not one of the kids who did. So,
right.
But yeah, this was in Japan.
So Anish, you were in maybe you were 8 years old or so right now.
You know what my wife says when she sees a picture like this? She always says that, yeah, you are this, you were this annoying little Indian kid, yeah, like all the other.
No, I'm going to show a video of that, because when I saw this video, guys, I felt like Pragnananda, Nihal Sarin, when I saw them, this young
kid,
it's the same.
Yes.
Look at this one.
Yes,
yeah,
annoying Indian kids. Yeah.
Look at how Anish thinks here, guys. Look at him. He's writing down his move. His opponent is something like 20, 22 years old. Anish is like 12, I think. And he puts the pen, looks up, then sits on the chair. Look at that pose. Sitting down. The intensity, guys. Look at that. And then, when he makes a move, you should see that. Bang! He bangs the clock there and then flips. This entire video is
the
so
acting,
epic.
The acting was there. Yeah, was there. No, I had I grew up like very quickly as a chess player, so the acting is too much. Yeah, the acting is too much.
But Anish, if I was your opponent there, I would be really scared of you. Really scared. They
were. All of them were scared. How else do you become top player, Sagar, if you don't scare your opponent since the early age?
True. It's amazing. And see, guys, look at this one. The constant. Of course, this looks like a photo shoot, but
yeah, it was kind of staged. He said that look like this, but yeah.
Somehow, Anish, whenever I see you at the board, I never see you tired. I never see you frustrated. This love for chess, did it begin from this young age? How did it? Was it your first trainer? You said some female trainer trained you, yeah, at the start.
Yes.
Do you remember her name?
Honestly, yes, of course I remember. Her name is Ася Vladimirovna Kovaleva, but she's not famous coach, or I mean, at least relatively speaking, in terms of international famous, she's not. And she's around, I guess, around what's her level? She's not titled, so she's rated maybe around 2000 or something like this. I would guess, but. I don't know exactly. I think first of all, the game itself, I think was always fascinating for me. I really liked puzzles. And the problem with puzzles is that at some point you run out of, you run out of it. Like tic-tac-toe, you at some point solve, you can solve a puzzle and it's finished. And in chess, there are endless puzzles. And it's actually also why I like some other things. For example, I like comedy because I think comedy is also a puzzle. You have let's say a set, or for example you have a tweet, you have like 150 letters in which you have to fit something that would, let's say, bash Samei Raina in the best possible way, use the fact that he has beef with Sagar, so there is a frame and there is a challenge and you have to solve the challenge using a set number of letters, and the same in chess, you have a lot of puzzles, and so these puzzles are endless. And I really liked it. And I think what was also very important is that at start, I played a lot with my mother before I joined, really a lot.
She was good at chess?
My mother always says, she says that before Anish grew up, I thought I was a good chess player. Okay. She said she would beat most people who would come, the friends. She would beat my father's friends and her friends. But she's probably, like 1200, 1300. Okay, I think Samei would beat her, but not much better than I think she knows the rules a little bit. Yeah, around 1000 maybe she's rated. She of course doesn't have rating. But the thing was, so I was already beating her actually when we went to the chess club. I could already play. But when we entered the chess club, I was there. My mother, so the teacher came out, the chess coach, and she asked, how good is your child, I was standing there. And my mother told her, she said, he just knows the rules. That's what she said, And I was there, and okay, I knew that's not true. But she said she just knows the rules. So she said, okay. So she put me at the weakest section, of course. Those people who just know the kids. And I won all of the games. And very fast. Because, of course, let's say I was already rated maybe 1000. And you have the 400 rated kids. Of course, I win all of them. Mm. And so I got this probably in an insane dose of wins at the very start. That maybe for now, despite all the losses, it keeps me going. No, but really, I think that's there because I honestly don't know the kind of child. I don't know. It would be much harder if you start with losses. But the way I started, so it was very. And then as I grew from one section to the other, I got better and better, and I kept winning. Of course, I would lose some games. But overall, I was making a lot of progress, and that's very nice when you see progress.
Yeah. By the way, Krishna Birla says the real iPad, the real GF reveal, the real Fall Guys, you name it, he's done it. Nice. Yeah. Shravan Madhavan says, Anish, how were you able to improve so rapidly in chess during your childhood while moving around and changing coaches? Yeah, very relevant question.
Yeah, so I think I was very fortunate. So the very beginning, my first year, so I played a lot with these kids, at the club. But also my coaches were giving me my coach, and then later I got a stronger coach. He's around the FIDE master level, international master, something like this, around that level.
What's his name?
Gave me Praslov, Andrei Praslov is his name, and he advised me a lot of books to read. And I would read. I loved books, of course, about chess. I would read all sorts of chess books really quickly. I would solve a lot of chess puzzles, and I was doing lots of chess in Russia, like crazy amount of chess. And as we moved to Japan, I did it a lot less at first, because there were other type of other things that I could do, and a lot of distractions at first. But then I got into online chess. So actually, there was a period when I was playing and nobody would think that, because from my style, and also I'm not known to be an online player. Like everybody knows, Nakamura, whatever. These names who are playing online a lot. They know that back in the day, Grishuk played and so on. But there was a time in my life when I was in Japan when I played. In Japan, there were no tournaments, not live tournaments, not many, and I played a lot online, like really day after day after day. And so in a way, I had a very mixed chess education, and I think that was very helpful because I gained a lot by playing online. I was a very good online player at some point.
Okay.
As
So
a
you played
21,
lot of
yes.
online chess when you were very young.
At some point, but not like let's say Hikaru or many online players, let's say Firuja, they were playing online like the whole time, yeah, since the start and I had like a period that I was playing like a couple years, a lot online, and before that not, and after that also not. So it was kind of
I think it was before the time when chess.com or
before
chess
ICC.
existed. ICC,
yeah. There was ICC, and there was a Russian platform. It's called like Chess Planet. It was also pretty strong. The strongest player there was, I think, a player called Zubov. You heard Zubov, right?
Yes.
He beat Carlsen, right? He's a very strong online player.
Yeah. He was playing in the World Rapid Blitz recently as well.
Yes, he beat their Magnus Carlsen once. He is a specialist of online chess, and he was there the king of the website pretty much. But it's a very high level, of course, for a 2100 rated kid. So yeah, I played him there. Sometimes there would be some platforms where I would play against Jabava or Amanatov, this kind of players who were also very strong. But chess.com I either didn't exist or was not yet big at the time. At least I don't recall.
Nice. Right. So someone said very, very interestingly in the chat, what a silly question to ask how Anish improved at chess. He was so gifted. And I think that is definitely the case. You have to have that innate talent, yeah, in some way or the other.
Yeah, but I think I think that's definitely necessary if you want to become a top chess player or the best at whatever you do. But you need to feed yourself with lots of chess. Yeah, otherwise there is no way to improve. True. I had so much chess from childhood. Like I was reading so much, playing so much. It was really a lot and crazy the amounts of chess I've received.
Yeah. Look at this picture. You are, I think, 14 or 15, but look at that watch, and I mean, it's a very nice picture. I like it.
It's a Chorus B, yeah, Chorus B.
Maybe the first time you played, I think this is the one. The first time you played at Vaikanze tournament. This is a picture.
The same event, just different outfit. I think it's the same event. Yeah, the Chorus B. Yeah.
And I think this is the time when you shifted to the Netherlands. Yes.
Yeah, so we moved to the Netherlands in 2008, February,
14,
March.
When you were 13.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and this was January 2009, so around 7 months later. My very first event in the Netherlands was Hilversum Open that I won, shared first with Chidlishvili. I think Chidlishvili, I don't remember. Anyway, I played a few Opens before, but this is the first Vaikanze tournament, 2009.
Yeah, and look at this very nice picture from the Netherlands. You are playing against the parliament?
Yeah, it's
members
much
of the parliament?
older. Yeah, I'm already much older here. This, I believe, let me check quickly. Yes, this is one of those simuls that is organized by Tata Steel. It's still done, where you play against the politicians of the Netherlands in The Hague. I think that's the one, yeah.
But you are looking so smart here, yeah? Like long hair, slightly longer hair, and in black outfit. And the reason why I put these pictures together, and also this one, where you are shaking hands with Timan and also tournament, is because I wanted to sort of know the support which you received from the Netherlands. Was there some support after you shifted there, or was it like just another country where you started playing really well and you got noticed? How was it?
So we moved because of my father's job, as I mentioned. So it was not because of chess, but as we moved, my father already looked up beforehand, what are the possibilities, because at that time already I was, let's say, I was already a level of international master and clearly becoming a very good chess player. I was already Russian champion under 12 and had some results. So it was clear that, let's say, it was a serious hobby that is going on there. So my father, he checked what's going on in Holland and if there are clubs. So I joined the club in Delft first. He checked with the federation if there is coach available. So there was coach Vladimir Chuchilov that was coaching Dutch Federation. And we found out the tournaments to play, of course, open tournaments. So in a way, in Holland, the very first support I got, it was not even the financial or coaching support as much. The very first was that I got to play these opens with grandmasters, because in Russia, somehow there are so many different levels of chess. There's like so much volume of chess players, the volume that, let's say, I was playing these big opens with good players, but there wouldn't be grandmasters. There would be lots of IMs, lots of 2300s, lots of 2200s. And in Holland, you come, it's like there's like a couple of 2200s, couple of 2300s, couple of grandmasters. Like there would be a lot more dispersion in the levels. So I got to play in the same tournaments with grandmasters, and of course, it's an opportunity to play all these strong players. In Russia, I think surprisingly, I played a lot of tournaments, but surprisingly, I never actually got to play a grandmaster simply. Because there, I never played such a huge open. And one time I played the big open. One time I did. First round, I get 2400, I lose. Second round, I get 2000, I win. Third round, I get 2400, I lose. Then I get 1000, I win. I was 2100. So it would be like this the whole tournament, and I would never get to top tables to play grandmaster. And that is not necessarily that's not like necessary to play grandmasters, but of course it was helpful in Holland that I got to play many of them very quickly. And it was, in terms of practice, it was perfect.
Yeah.
And then at some point, yes, I changed. I could change federation because I would live already in the Netherlands, and they would provide me with the coach of the national Dutch team. The Churchilov. We would work with him. Federation would finance that because they had a big contract with him. So there was a natural decision to change federation, and I got this support. And then later on, I also got support from private sponsors. First, the Simonis and Bunk art gallery, and now, the Optiver, of course. So
of course, yeah. This was one of my one part of it. Now that you have spoken about them, then I would like to pull up the picture. I think Optiver is one brand which is now very close to chess because of Anish, and the way they support. I see them as very, very sort of silent supporters. The way Anish wears their t-shirts and does simuls with their employees. It's a very nice relationship that you have with Optiver.
Yeah, of course, there are different types of sponsorships, and each company has a different vision for that. The thing with Optiver is they are a major company. They are interested in recruiting, and they're not that interested in publicity in terms of looking for clients. They don't have clients. You cannot be a client of them. Yeah, they are just they are trading on their own with their employees, and they need very good employees. So I did a lot of projects with them to recruit. For example, I went to universities in England. It was to these great universities, Oxford. Like I told my parents, I could finally tell them that I went to Oxford. Probably they would be so proud of me. But yeah, they're also in States. I went to this, and it's a very good way to recruit because there would be a lot of kids who are very smart, and they would be interested in chess. And through these events, they would learn about Optiver. They would get interested, and there's a big overlap. There is a lot of only in Optiver itself already. There are a few players. I had a dinner once with the Optiver people, and the guy started talking to me. He said that so I played this tournament. And then I'm sitting there talking to him like, thinking like, okay, you played some tournament, great for you, like some kind of whatever, I don't know, maybe traders on board or whatever tournament he played, whatever. So, and then some point said, so last round I played with Vallejo, and I'm like, sorry, what? So I played with Vallejo last round. You mean Paco Vallejo? And I'm like, sorry, what? He said, I was leading. I said, like, sorry, what is your rating? He's like, I'm 2450, I'm so he was like a very talented player, who half retired and then became almost became Spanish champion after his retirement by accident.
We saw your simul. You were given a tough time by the Optiver.
Yeah, and these were even not the strongest players because I didn't want to play this guy, who played Vallejo in the simul, because the guy is just or else he was busy, I guess. But in a way, but of course, because they don't need the clients, I don't have to. I don't write everywhere, go there, do something to my followers, because they do not need that. Yeah,
true.
They're not. Of course, if you are sponsored by a meditation app that would like to have, like to have subscribers.
Yes. Everyone in the chat was saying Black Lotus this coming in, and There it is. Yeah. So
yeah, of course. If you want to promote an app, then it's a different type. Then you have to be as loud about it as possible, and it makes a lot of sense. And it just, I mean, I would be doing the same thing, of course, if that was the intent that
True.
the company that sponsors you has. But yeah.
Anish, where is this picture from,
This is
and what
actually
are you
epic.
getting?
So what's going on here is very complicated. It's all in one. So it is my Dutch school doing, in fact, a chess simul for Nepal. Quite interestingly, quite remarkably, in fact, really remarkably, independently from me, my school had a program to support Nepal they would build a school there in a village in Nepal and fund it.
Wow.
And that had nothing to do with
They didn't
me
know.
being, it was a pure
okay.
it was their own program, it was their own charity that my school just did.
Right.
And the pure coincidence is that I was a student at that school in Netherlands, and I was actually my father is from Nepal, and I could actually contribute a lot, of course, through my chess. So it was so I gave a simul, and we collected some money there. I guess it was charity, and then they gave me some kind of they give me some souvenirs as a thank you here. Yeah.
Very nice story. And Anish, why would I keep this picture here? Why all of a sudden Iturizaga?
Yeah, I know. Could be because I became a grandmaster after I beat Iturizaga.
Absolutely. I didn't find the
brilliant.
original picture of you.
This is the other one.
this is the recent one from World Rapid and Blitz. So I anyway put it. But you beat Iturizaga. I think it was in Vaikanze. Yes.
Yeah. So that was Vaikanze C group, the first one that I played. Remember that pictures that you showed? There were two pictures from Vaikanze.
Yes.
In that tournament, at some point I was doing not so well, and then I won 5 games in a row. And with the 4th win, I think, against Iturizaga, I secured the last grandmaster norm.
You
and
became a GM at the age of 14 years and 7 months, I think,
yes.
and you were the youngest ever at that point of time, right?
No, I was the youngest at the time.
Yeah, at that time.
Ever.
Not
at
ever.
The time, yes. I was the youngest at the time. Yeah.
Because Sergei Karyakin, of course, had become a GM.
But Sagar, usually it's a big achievement to say you become grandmaster at 14 years, 7 months. But on Chess-Base India channel, maybe it sounds like you are like a talentless child, because on your channel alone you can find the kids at 12, 13 and all that becoming grandmasters.
But this was, I would say, a different era. Somehow this was in 2010 or 2008, when it was like 12 years ago, and chess was not that young as it is now.
That a little bit too, but secondly, I mean, it was a bit different. Like I had a very intense first year of chess. From age of 7 to 8, I've made an insane progress. I would guess that maybe I made one of the biggest progress that anyone ever made in 1 year, in the first year of chess. I think I reached the level of around maybe 1700 in 1 year. I don't know about others, but I think that was insanely, must have been really insane. And then I went to Japan, and of course it sort of slowed down. It would have slowed down probably anyway, but it kind of, and at some point there was even a time in Japan where I wasn't even thinking about like a professional chess type of thing, I was just, I was almost forgetting about chess, kind of, until I discovered online chess. And then, I was never chasing these norms. So I was never trying to set a record or anything like that. Of course, when I played this chorus tournament, I didn't play it to play the norm. I played, it was a prestigious event in Vaikanze. It was a huge opportunity. And it just so happened that there I scored the last norm. So I never saw that competition of trying to become the youngest GM, but of course it was very nice because for a while it got a lot of publicity and it gave me some extra support for sure.
Wow, nice. And moving on, actually I have one video of yours, Anish, and guys, from this, it's actually not something related to chess, okay? This chess-wise it's good, but look at how Anish is playing here, okay? He's playing against 2 Japanese players, and here he's black. He's playing a simul, but okay, makes a move with his right hand, makes a move with his left, and now look at him. He's playing with his left hand here, right hand here, left hand there. I mean, Anish, it's okay to play 2 boards, okay? It's okay, but play with one hand. You're playing with both the hands, and it's not just my chess question here, it's actually a super chat which fits in perfectly. Anuradha Ravi, who says, Anish, how are you able to multitask so much in a day? Some tips, please. By the way, love you loads. And, this is a perfect example of you sort of multitasking,
Yeah, but Sagar, I think so. The point is, multitasking, by the way, is very bad. Yeah, everybody knows. Anyway, so the point here, Japanese people, they are fascinating people in general, in many different ways. They are living on an island, essentially on some islands that are separated from the rest of the world. So they have a culture that is for years didn't have any exchange with other cultures. They were on an island. So it's a fascinating culture in many different ways. But one of the many aspects is that so they are really they are very impressed, and they show that they are impressed in a very funny way. So there were a lot of the Japanese people, and they were like, and I thought I'm already very big here. So when I was a kid, I was showing off just like this because I was a kid, but here already I'm bigger, so I think I'm consciously trying to impress them extra hard.
Nobody, you got it done. I am impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed. I cannot play with both. You play with both the hands, pressing the clock with both the hands. It's
just trying to impress the Japanese kids there, and also the future Sagar Shah. That's
By the way, here comes the next picture. This is Reggio Emilia 2011. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is slightly confusing because the tournament is taking place on the new year, throughout the new year. So it is 2011 to 2012. It was the end of December 2011, beginning of January 2012. Yeah.
I guess this is your first big breakthrough, big breakthrough event.
Well, this is the one where I won a first top tournament. And let's say, if you want to compare it with, it's like, let's say, if Firuza would have now won Norway Chess, it would be like this.
Yeah. I think Morozevich.
It was, let's say, already clear at the time that I was going to be a very strong player. Like, let's say, you can say Firuza now or Nihal now as well. Do you see that they are going to be top players? Yeah, it's obvious. But still, they need to have that as a formality. They will at some point win a tournament, top tournament, right? Firuza or Nihal or all these great, or Prague, or all these kids, and this was my tournament that I won. Yes, go ahead anyway.
It was like, I think Morozevich, Shirov. I mean, it was the best in the world were playing there, right?
Yeah.
Topalov, Ivanchuk.
No, Topalov. No. In that year, I can tell you who played. That particular year played Nakamura.
Yeah.
Caruana. Morozevich, Vitugov,
wow,
and Ivanchuk.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a strong tournament. It was not the strongest top tournament out there. Vitugov was, let's say, 2710, 20. It was world number, let's say, 30. But Caruana was like me at the time. He was not Caruana that we know now. He was not world number 2. He was a Caruana kid like me. So he was, let's say, also not top 10. Morozevich was, though, at the time still pretty good.
Yeah.
Still, Ivanchuk was very, very high, it was definitely a top tournament. But actually, I won it in a very strange way. I have to say, honestly, I started horribly. I had also perfect issues. I met my future wife, so obviously I was distracted and everything. I started horribly. I lost 2 games in the first 4. And I got outplayed by Morozevich. It's a very good game by Morozevich. Just I learned a lot from that game. I can see now I was just outclassed. I won some other one too. I lost some other one too. So I started with 1 point out of 4. Of course, no winning chances for the first place. And then I played Fabiano on the 31st of December. And I remember at the time, I just wanted, I already lost 2 out of 4. It was a painful tournament. I mean, not very, but it was painful. And I was thinking, okay, it's going to be New Year party now after this. I just want to go in a good mood to that New Year party, and that's all. I just want to be very solid. So I played the Petrov defense at the time against Fabiano. I want to be very solid. And I remember with every move that he was making, I was thinking, well, I'm not yet crushed. It's fine. I'm not yet crushed. And at some point, at some point I managed to win the game. Like suddenly I thought I'm not yet crushed, and then I say, okay, I'm mating him. So then I won.
Wow.
And then somehow I won a few more games, and the last round was also remarkable. So I had to kind of beat Fabiano to win the tournament, but I didn't manage, I think. So he played well, and then it was a draw. But then somehow it happened that the other results were in such way that suddenly I was first. It was even some complicated tiebreak. I didn't even know. But somehow Morozevich didn't win something that was winning. This guy didn't do something there. And suddenly I became first. So I have to say that tournament, it was not like a commanding victory, yet. True. So I was just very fortunate to win it. I don't think I was yet at the level to win such a tournament. But I was already 2,700, I think. And yes, it was, there were a lot of at the time articles. People were saying they were comparing for a couple of weeks. There were really a lot of articles comparing like who were the youngest players to win a top tournament. Like some Karpov's victory somewhere was mentioned. Like they're comparing all that. So it was
wow.
For a while, yes, it was very big news in the chess world. So it was definitely, but it was a bit too early, I have to say. It gave me slightly wrong ideas, I think, and I had to learn a few lessons after that, for sure.
Yeah. But was it the first time you met Sopiko?
Yeah, the first time we actually met like properly. I mean, I've seen her before because as chess players, you see each other, of course, as part of the same community. But it's the first time we really spoke in person and stuff like that. Yeah.
So that was 2011. It's
and 2011. Yeah.
2011, and Sopiko is also 94 born, or what is it?
No, 90. She's actually 91.
91.
I mean, I still don't believe. I think she's 19 years old, but she claims she's born in 91. Yeah.
Amazing. So you were 17, she was 20 back then, and that's when actually you began dating each other, or how was it?
Private base India. Yeah, of course. We basically
when you make a comment like "distracted by my future wife," then the chat picks it up and says "distracted
okay.
by my future wife OP." So
okay. I made my own. Yeah. Of course, we spent a lot of time in that tournament, getting to know each other, of course. And she won, by the way, women's section. She won really with a commanding lead. She. From the start, she crushed the tournament. Wow. It was a strong women tournament at the same time. And we married like 3 years later, I think. So we met at a few more tournaments and got to know each other and so on. And but this was the first time. We actually spoke before that, to be honest. Let's just say, I mean, how to say it nicely? I mean, I was... I could see my eyes were working already before. Yeah, let's put it this way.
you could see a future Mrs. Giri in her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we knew each other before. Like we sort of kind of knew each other before. There's very funny story. My wife tells me. She says that she wrote to me on Play Chess at some point, asked some kind of interview for her blog, and I didn't reply. And my reply is that I didn't see that message, but or sometimes I remember first time she told me this, I made some very horrible joke. I said like, did you have a profile picture there or not? Like, I mean, this is very bad. This is not the kind of guy I am. I mean, I always reply, to blog to people asking,
Or it's checking. Like you check the profile picture first and then reply.
No. I'm not this kind of people know I always reply.
No.
If I see, I always reply.
Of course, it's
but jokes aside, we got to know each other a lot better there and also later on, and we married in 3 years, quite very young actually. Yeah.
Would you say that she being a chess player was an important sort of a requirement for you as your life partner?
No, I didn't have requirements looking for a life partner.
But
she actually had requirements, but I didn't fall into any of the categories. I think she said he has to be someone older, someone without glasses. I mean, here I don't have glasses on the picture, but actually I have. So I tricked her there probably. And she had a bunch of other very ridiculous. I'm not a chess player, of course, and stuff like this. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. You didn't fit into anything then?
No.
Wow.
But yes, hard work and dedication.
Okay, one more question about Sopiko. What was it about Sopiko that you liked a lot when you started dating her?
Yes, Sagar, sorry, I got a bit distracted. So I either I am really blushing or there is a red effect on camera. So probably it's a red effect on camera because I don't feel that I'm blushing, but everybody says blushing. Anyway, so
People are saying stop it, Sagar. I've just begun. This is one of the
I just
most,
began.
most important parts of Anish's life.
No, I mean, of course, everything, but basically, to give you something that is a little bit of a unique answer, because if I just say that I love her personality and everything like this, you will say that yeah, of course. But basically, I really like that she was very cheerful and very cheerful, basically throughout, and I found that very. Very positive.
Full of life,
very attractive.
Very
attractive in a good way. Yes, very happy and cheerful. I thought that was But there were many things. I mean, I can write an essay, and if I do, I should first write it for her personally. She'll be very happy.
Yeah. Maybe that should happen. That should happen, guys. Before, look at this. One of my favorite Anish Sopiko pictures. I think taken by Leonard, perhaps. Very nice one.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah.
Both of them walking towards the tournament hall. Such a wonderful couple. And because I got permission from Anish, I'm going to play this video. And I have changed the music so that there's no copyright. But just guys, sit back and enjoy this. Anish, you can also enjoy this without.
Did
sound.
You put some kind of Gadivala song there in the soundtrack, or
no. I kept a very nice one.
Okay.
This is their marriage video. Oh, there comes the hero.
The subtitles were like from some Hindi song, yeah?
Yeah, from a Hindi song. हम तेरे बिन अब रह नहीं सकते.
The thing about Sopiko, she is so much smarter than me. So while it was all going on, she knew that there's going to be a video. And you can see that she knew, and I didn't really realize the consequences,
You were like lost, it seems like you were more like in the...
I mean, in a way, it's... she tricked me there a little bit, I have to say.
By the way, guys, where they got married is one of the oldest cathedrals, in Georgia, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful place. I've been there. It's in Batumi, near
near Tbilisi, near the capital. Yeah. Nutsketa is called. It's like a suburb. Yeah.
Look at her. Yes, she knew the video was coming.
Definitely, no. She was very aware of that.
And the marriage took place in the Georgian style wedding.
Yeah, this was. We had also a ceremony, of course, the traditional ceremony. And the party, like the civil party, whatever it is called.
This was in 2014, yes, Anish?
Why you do this to me, Sagar?
Sorry.
No, it's 15. I think it's 15.
Don't say I think.
No, I'm always saying, honestly, I have issue with years, literally. The years is a serious issue, but it's 15.
Wow. This was just a tremendous video. I think one of my favorite guys, and listen to it on I think Sopiko's channel or
There
Anish's
are
father.
few versions. There's on Sopiko's channel there is one with the international song, and on my father's channel is one with the Hindi song. I think, right?
Sanjay Giri. If you check this out and put Anish Sopiko wedding, it's with this Hindi song "Hum Tere Bin Ab Reh Nahi Sakte," and when you listen to it, you feel amazed. This audio track which I had was good, but nowhere close to what the original song is. And Anish, you got married to Sopiko, and I guess marriage did not affect your chess career in any way. Yeah? It only helped you, if anything.
Well, definitely. I mean, it changed a lot of things. But I don't know. I mean, if it influenced, let's say, my rating chart, yeah, like literally that not. But of course, it influenced my life. But I think you have to. I mean, if you do it the right way, that a personal life or something like marriage should never have negative influence on your professional career, whatever your career is. Yeah, I mean, if your personal life has a negative impact on your career, it's not the problem, I think, of the personal life. Yeah, that I mean, it's just that you have to arrange things better. That's how I think. So
Very
yeah,
nice.
I mean,
Very nicely
but she was very helpful. She was very helpful, very supportive for sure. She is still very, very, very helpful and very supportive, especially as we had a kid now. That actually has a much potentially much bigger impact, of course, because that requires attention for sure.
Look at those cheeks.
Yeah, no, Danny was here. I mean, the cheeks it was all the cheeks, yeah.
It's like they're dripping of cuteness. But Anish, tell me this: you were 20 when you got married. You were 20, yeah, and you were 22 when you became a father. I mean, right? Is that
21? 21. I was 21, and I was 22 when I was a father.
right? So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very early, right? For an age, especially for
Yeah.
how did you take these decisions? Because it's, I would say, for a player of your stature who is almost going to break into top 10 in the world and who's going to be one of the best. Why did you take these decisions?
But Sagar, I don't know how you are teaching your students, in chess. But when you serve a move, you see it's the best move. You have, of course, you have the time, But you can also just make the best move and push the clock and move on and wait for next move. I don't see why
Guys, this is Anish OP. For this is Anish. Very clarity of thinking here.
No, but Sagar, honestly, so the thing is, if I did not see a move, I don't say that you have to make a move immediately, But if you do see one that you see is the best move, then you just make it. So if I had not seen the best move, it was not my intent to marry at the age of 21. It was not at all my intent or a plan. I didn't really think in these terms. So it was not like I had to find a wife till my deadline, But if I already, just like with the move, it's not like you have to move now. If you don't see a move, continue thinking, look for a move. But if you already have it, then you just do it. So it's all...
Talking of good moves and making them immediately, we have a guest with us who is just not making his moves very quickly. And here we have...
Oh, Madam Gujarati.
After that video, everyone thought that Sopiko will join in. But here I am, kill the romance.
But with it, this is what you need to learn from Anish, at least. He said he saw a good move. He just pressed the clock and he moved.
No, but Vidit also did. He just needs to reveal the good move. Good move reveal. Good move reveal.
Epic stream, by the way. And first of all,
Vidit, congrats also on your simul. I read it was you were almost losing 6-0, but you pulled through, man.
Yes.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
He was losing 6-0 and scored 5.5.
Yeah, I like this. Vidit is there. I was dying. They were killing me, and then suddenly, I came back crashing. Vidit, I joined your Discord, Vidit. I got the link.
Yes,
I joined your Discord.
I saw.
So I was thinking there, it's like hashtag this. I was like, I go to welcome room, so I want to say hello. I see it says read only, so I think, okay, where do I say hello? I
General
scroll,
chat.
and then
General
I
chat.
see, okay, all kinds of nonsense, this, that, self promotion. So I go I think, okay, maybe I promote my YouTube channel. That's okay. It will be a bit strange. First message, self promotion. So I go to something called poetry, and I think, okay, it's the only place I can write, so I need to write a rhyme, yeah, because it's poetry section. I wrote poem for Vidit. I can tell you guys.
Yes,
the
yes,
poem I
yes.
wrote.
That
It's
is
on
a
my
epic
It's on my
poem.
Instagram.
Okay.
So my poem to Vidit Discord, it says, roses are red, violets are blue. Vidit has a Discord, and now Anish joined him too.
Wow.
Then I said, couldn't find where else to say hello. This group looks fitting, so I thought, why no? This is my but I'll never go to guys. Subscribe to Vidit Discord, but I'll never go there again. It's so confusing.
No. I'll teach you, Anish. So I'll invite you to my Discord, and we'll go through
Guys,
like each section.
with it. This is evolution of Anish Giri.
Yeah.
No, but Vidit's Discord is an integral part of my life now, so it's fine to promote it.
Yeah. Actually, we are digressing. Yes.
But with it, everyone's saying good move reveal. Now it's
I'll just say that it's Anish's evolution. My evolution part 2 will come on Sagar's channel soon.
Okay.
And before that, like really, I was like amazed. Sagar just finished a stream, like all this simul thing, and then he immediately started this stream. In the afternoon, he was teaching chess. I mean, like, what the hell is this? Like, I mean, Sagar bhai, I mean, when do you rest? You're like non-stop working. Insane. Epics.
I must tell here, give credit to Amruta. I feel like a little kid because many times I'm preparing the stream and everything, and she's putting food in my mouth. She's giving it to me. And I feel like this young kid who is not eating food, and the mother is.
So Sagar also made a good move, by the way, guys. It's clear.
Yeah, Sagar also made a good move very quickly, by the way. 23,
24.
I think you
20, I
24.
just turned
Yeah.
24. So, by the way, guys, look at this picture. And
Aw.
then the good move made into another. So it was an exclamation move, and then came the double exclamation move. And I think Anish,
Combination, yeah.
Danny coming into your life must have been amazing. Yes.
Yeah, it's a unique thing, of course. Especially for someone who never has a child to suddenly get one. So it's what? So I'm very bad with this. Also, I'm very bad. I have already very bad with this. Also, when they do these kind of things, they say, "Oh, this is such a beautiful moment in your life," and "Oh, this is," it's. I don't know how to react because it actually is. At the same time, I'm not the kind of person to express these kind of feelings in this way. So I don't know how to react to that. So I am always quite awkward about it. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, good stuff. Good stuff. What can I say?
Good stuff. Good stuff, Anish Sopiko. Good stuff. You guys created a masterpiece here. Really?
Yeah, we agree.
Anish, you need to learn how to express your feelings.
Exactly. I
You
mean,
cannot
I
call
don't know,
Danny
man.
good stuff.
Especially when they put me on the spot.
Danny's good stuff.
Amazing. And another very nice picture. It feels like a
It's very recent
wholesome
already.
family. 26th birthday of Anish here. What language do you have any times fight with Sopiko? Like, no, I'm going to teach him this, and Sopiko says, no, I'm going to teach him that. And as you said, yeah, different cultures. She comes from Georgia. You are like Russian and Nepali, and now Dutch, and
Yeah.
all these.
No, we don't have obviously we don't have fights or something like this. But he has many languages. Yeah, Danny he has. So he currently lives in Holland, of course. So I suspect at some point the Dutch language will be his native language. That's what happens with kids that I see here that grow up. So whenever a child grows up in a country and he goes to the proper school, not to the international. I mean the proper is the wrong word. I mean to the ordinary school, not the international one. Then he usually that language becomes native. So his Dutch will be native for sure.
Okay.
So we try to give him as many other languages as we can. And you should, in general, the rule is also that you should speak your native language to the child. Yeah. So Sopiko speaks Georgian to him, and in my case, I think in terms of pronunciation, Russian is my best language. I mean, my Russian is native in terms of pronunciation, so I speak Russian to him. And I'm sure he picks up some English on the way because we speak with Sopiko a lot in English. But there is no conflict there. Of course, he speaks Georgian. I speak Russian with him. Actually, I can follow their conversation. Usually, I know what they speak about. So I can follow some Georgian. And Sopiko speaks actually Russian. If she wants, she also follows. So there is no problem.
Brilliant. And we have VD here in the chat. I have a very nice picture. In fact, this is Anish, AD, Erwin, and Vidit. VD, what do you have to say about Anish? Like, what has been his impact in your life?
I think we already covered this in my evolution video.
Yes.
Vidit wants to hear what has been his impact on my life, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like in VD stream, Anish came and roasted VD like, back and forth. So now maybe here. Yeah. So yes, let's put it to Anish and say, like, you have worked with Erwin, you worked with Adiban, maybe you have worked with others as well. How has been VD's role in your life in general? In your as a chess player for you, as a second, and as a friend now, there are many. It has been a sort of evolving relationship, right, with him.
You know what Anish is going to say? Good stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah, no, for sure. No, I mean, definitely good stuff. No, definitely. Well, with Vidit, we've like we spoke also on various streams, also on Vidit's evolution. Of course, we worked for a long time, and also we are good friends. Actually, I was watching Vish's Q&A today, just a part of it. I didn't realize it was going on, so I tuned in at some point when I saw it was live. And he spoke about. They asked him, "What do you do with a coach, and what does a chess coach do for you? Yeah, what do your coach?" They asked him first, "What's your favorite coach?" And he said that Ubi was my favorite. And then he was speaking about, and he said that the trainer is. He said that. Then he started to talk more and more, and at some point he said that the trainer is someone who is a good friend, who has to be a good friend because he has to know you very well. And in the end, the Vichy sort of summed it up. The whole answer is just that basically your coach just has to be your friend, and that's all. So
very nice. Yes,
yeah, that is true. That is true. Then when I thought about it, I thought that yes, all my trainers. At some point in time, for sure, and in case of Vidit, still yes, they were good friends, and it's very important that you know each other. And I honestly, I had always good time with Vidit also because somehow he I don't know why, but he inspires me to laugh. Yeah, he's provoking somehow. Yeah, I mean,
he inspires you to love.
To laugh, not to love. I mean.
I also would love.
No, I mean, not it inspires me to do good stuff. No, it inspires me to laugh. Yeah. And I had very good. I remember it was very when I had some tough, and chess players, he always has tough moments. Almost not a tournament where you don't have a bad moment. So whenever I had, and I played with Vidit in some very difficult tournaments. I played Rapid and Blitz in a top level event before I was so practiced in Paris. And Vidit was trying to get me ready for my next games. At some point I had a tough streak there, and I found it always very basically the word is hilarious because Vidit himself is a very young guy, especially at the time. He was not overly mature. He was quite young, and he's not like a big old guru just yet. He was just a young Vidit, and still he's trying to be that guru, and trying to be some wisdom, comes with the wisdom, all that he knows, the knowledge, this special quotes that he knows.
With it without Black Lotus time, that point.
That was before he didn't even know meditation yet, but already he was, he took all that he knew and he tried to help with that, and that was really, that was actually hilarious, basically.
It did not work, I would say.
No, there were some. No, they were. I remember that there was a tough blitz day, and at some point it turned around, and I beat Fabiano.
And also Fressine,
of course. I beat the famous game after which me and Fressine are not on speaking terms anymore. And there were many highlights. And in Vaikanze also, he told me at some point this story of Arjun, with his arrow and the parrot's eye, and it's good, always good times. Despite that I had bad results somewhere, despite that I remember, let's say, conversation after like 2 losses, consecutive ones, the memory of that moment is good.
Yep.
And that is rare because usually chess players, they are like, they will say like, oh, they will say, this place, whatever, Linares, it's a horrible city. They say it's horrible city. There's nothing there. It's quiet. The hotels are shit. The food is not good. It's a horrible place. And then you'd be like, okay, really. Then you check how he played. You say, okay, Linares, he scored 1.5 out of 9. You realize, okay, so nothing was. Or then some people say, it's Khanty-Mansiysk. Oh, it's such a fantastic place. It's simple, but I really love it. They're just people so hospitable. The food is good. Okay, it is maybe a 5-hour flight from Moscow. Maybe it's minus 45 degrees, but it's fine. It's pretty good. You put the jacket on, you go, and then you see, okay, he won the World Cup in Khanty-Mansiysk. So essentially, people have memories connected to results. But with Vidit, I still have fine memories, no matter the results we had.
Wow.
So that's nice.
That is
True.
fantastic. That is
Indeed.
fantastic.
I don't know if chess-wise I made a big impact. I don't think so. But definitely, whatever time we spent in training and traveling in tournaments, we always, at least for me, I had great memories. Always a good time. Always a good time.
Yeah. But also, chess-wise, we, of course, it was also very useful. First of all, each individual session we had, just concrete, the stuff we did was pretty high quality, just exactly opening files were good and stuff, but mostly also in terms of more general chess understanding, I think it was was
we
nice
gave it
because
all.
because Vidit was sharing his thoughts, on different players, and I also saw him better, he saw me better, and we learned from each other. And especially with Vidit, we are very similar in many, many ways. So I could see some things I could see like in the mirror a little bit, where you see it on somebody else and you realize you have the same trait as well. Although me and Vidit, we are different in many, but some of our chess style is similar. So it was very useful for sure.
Amazing. And is there a way in which you select the people you work with? Because when I see you, it's very wholesome environment that you create. So like with it, Erwin, very positive personalities. Also AD here. Is it like you select them based on their personality?
No, not.
Then Sagar, you would also be in the team.
Exactly.
No. The question is not if a 2400 and a 2650 GM
walk into a bar. Yeah, 2600 and 2400 walk into a bar.
but if
Like a joke.
2652 GMs come to you and one is like sort of serious and the other one is more sort of friendly, nothing like that.
That's not the main let's say criteria that I would choose my co-worker to have. I think the main one is that they have to be hardworking, and I think it is not a coincidence that in this particular instance on that picture the two of the players are Indian. That is because somehow the experience I have with various chess players, the Indian chess players that I know, at least AD and Vidit, they are relatively hardworking. Okay, of course, I'm always say Vidit is lazy Vidit and stuff, but relatively, relatively speaking. And I think it's very important that the person who you work with is hardworking. Yeah, and hardworking doesn't have to be that he works hard, especially in chess, that he works hard despite not wanting it, because that is really hard. But that he likes the process, And those who like the process, they also work hard. And it is also definitely helpful when they are social people. That's for sure. Because so I had at some point this neuroscience class with Dr. Sid on my channel also, and then we discussed that when you have positive emotions and when you are in a happy state, your brain performs better and you play actually better, and your quality of your work is higher because your brain performs better.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And if I have to say a few things about Anish, it's first of all, he is a professional chess player, right? And the amount of love he has for the game is insane. He really, really loves chess, right? And he has been playing chess for a long time. And you can see it when you talk to him or when you analyze with him, you can see his passion for the game. And that's one thing which I always like to learn, because I don't think I have the same level of passion for the game which he has. You can, and also the amount of energy.
No, but you do with it. You have the same level, just for a different game, yeah, for Among Us.
Yes.
Okay, joke, roast topic, joke. Go ahead.
Yeah, and like he's super energetic. Like whenever he plays a game, and like even in a training session, even if it's like 10 hours, yeah, even at the end of the day, he's super energetic. I mean,
Yes,
that's epic. Like,
exactly. I can't believe his stamina for chess.
Yeah, Sagar, I noticed actually, to be very honest with you, I noticed it myself that I can get extremely tired, but I get very tired when I do something that I don't like doing. Then I get insanely, like, for example, sometimes 1 hour just can drain me. If I give a sometimes rarely some simul to people who are not interested, or if it is some kind of a job that is for me doesn't require any, it doesn't spark anything. Yeah, there is no thought involved. It is something that is not this is completely uncreative, or something that is repetitive. Then I can get very, very tired. But with chess, I don't get tired from chess because I really like it. So I remain relatively fresh, of course.
Okay.
and like if we have to speak apart from chess, there are like couple of things which are like very unique. And one of the things Anish has, like, which always amazed me, is the clarity of thought which he has when he takes decisions. He's never like, in very rarely I've seen him in a confused state.
Exactly.
Like, he's very clear what he wants to do. Like, let's say which tournament he wants to play, like let's say even there's a deal, he wants to take it or not. He knows what he wants from his life. And that's why, I mean, also this thing he said about marrying to Sopiko, he was very clear earlier on, like, this is right for me and I'll do this. So I always like that. And as a friend, I am sure, like, he's one of the persons I can always rely on. For example, like just 3-4 days ago, he sent me a message that, okay, you have not streamed from 3-4 days. What's going on? Are you okay? Everything is fine or not? So that shows, like, such a nice side of him, which I really, really appreciate. So yeah, as I said, chess wise, I don't know if I've made an impact, but definitely we have had good times as friends.
Amazing. And we love seeing you both together. By the way, another Indian who has made some sort of
Oh,
an impact
Anand
on
is
you.
coming, yeah? Oh, okay. I'll leave.
No, I haven't invited Vishy, but I'm sure at some point maybe Vishy would see this. But I think, Anish, when you were young and you said you had look at your head.
So sorry, I mean, just me trying to resist doing some kind of fish imitation is just beyond me. But I'll manage. I mean, it's just, you just overwhelmed me. I'll explode now from not doing it. But okay, I'll not do it. Okay, continue.
So you said at some point you were very talented and you were winning everything, and I mean you were improving very quickly. I think the moment when you met Vishy and you saw the level at which he was preparing for the world championship is when you kind of saw the reality of top level chess. Is it true?
Yeah, of course. There were a few moments like that in terms of depth of chess preparation. So the first one was when I started working with my coach Chuchilov, because so then I thought, that then I saw the level on which the work is done is completely different. And then when I met Vishy, it was another huge step. Then I saw that the kind of work I did, it was not even close, let's say. And I think that it's very good when you have, I mean, it's what is very, very important, not to do something, but it is more important to know where you have to go. Yeah. I mean, you have to know where you're going.
Guys, why are you laughing? What happened?
Inside joke.
What is it? What's the inside joke?
Anish, you want to say it?
No. This is an inside joke. This is just a very inside joke. I mean, it's
But
nothing to
you
do
cannot
with
laugh on inside joke on stream and then not say it. That's
no,
very
but it's,
uncool
I mean,
in general.
okay. Also, you cannot do a 4-card trick and not reveal it, but people do it, so it's fine. Anyway, so no, that was an inside joke, but just what I was saying about the no, but actually what is important, so what is actually important, not just to work on chess, you have to work on chess, of course, but you should know what level you have to achieve eventually, yeah, and you have to get the feedback that you are not there is huge. And yes, I saw, let's say, what I was doing, I saw that this is not it. Actually, this is not it. Like I thought that this was it. You always think that this is it, but then I saw what Vishy was doing, and I mean, it was kind of funny. Like not a single line we were looking, like every single line was on another level. and then you realize that okay, so that's how actually it's supposed to be. And now, of course, it's already different. I have much more experience. That is only in terms of prep, not to mention other things.
Yeah.
By the way, Anish and Anand, they share great friendship as well. By the way, like
Yeah.
whenever they talk,
Yeah.
I've seen like Anand is very comfortable around Anish.
Yeah.
I've
And
noticed,
also Anand doesn't hold back himself to talk about Anish in a humorous way, or to sort of make some remarks against him. I think that's the kind of he knows that you won't feel bad about what he's saying, and sometimes you make jokes about him, and I think it's a very nice relationship you have.
I've never seen Anish make joke on.
No, I of course with Vichy, I have like two modes. Yeah, I have a normal mode and I have a Vichy mode. There is no other mode I have. So the Vichy mode is the only mode when I put some kind of filter about.
Yes.
But some kind of filter that for my standards is a filter. And I'm sure Vichy still thinks that half the time I cross the line, but it is fine, it's fine. And it is for Vichy also. You have to imagine it must be very, very confusing, because on one hand, all the achievements that he has, you absolutely don't expect someone to treat you like not who you are, because you cannot. It would be weird if somebody starts to talk to Vishal, as if he's just a normal person, because he's not.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, it is just as annoying, if not more, when the people just freeze in front of you.
Yes.
And he must be having that all the time. So he maybe sometimes wants to have a conversation, or he just wants to have a good time. And then, like I saw even in the Zoom meeting, and that is completely understandable. Whenever Vishy would join the Zoom meeting of Chess Base India's stream or Samay stream after the Olympiad, so Vishy joins, and it's like the Zoom froze. All the 9 or 10 panelists that were so loud, everybody is silent, And Vishy is there. He's like, and everybody is there. They're terrified. So Samay is like, hello, sir. Even Samay, is there like, it's a great game today. And, everybody is there silently thinking like, should we say, yes, great game? Should we just, it's like the way and I think that sometimes it is also tough for him because he wants to see, people just being themselves a little bit.
Yeah. And look at this picture. Yeah, this is one of my favorite picture of you and Vishy here.
I'm sure there's some Madhiban joke there.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the London Chess Classic. I think Amruta took it, and it's a very nice one. I like this camaraderie.
Yeah,
and
it's a nice
in
picture.
fact, Anish, it was Frederick who sort of introduced you to Vishy, and it's so nice that he's actually watching this. He was going to come on stream and talk a bit about you when he met you at 14 years old, but he has some issues with the audio, but he's in the chat. And
nice.
I think he has had like, I think very big he helped you to meet Vishy over there.
No, Frederick, he likes a lot of young players. He likes talented young players. He was there with Vishy when Vishy was younger, and he knew Kasparov also for a long time, and many other young players, Karyakin and Lagno and plenty others. And he's always trying to help youngsters for sure. He also likes his own. I mean, he used to read I read sometimes his blogs. He has the grandkids, and he likes interacting with children.
Right.
He likes to educate them and to help them. And he introduced me to Vishy. I think he was the one who helped there, because otherwise, how would I know Vishy? How to connect him?
To all the people in the chat, and maybe Frederick is also there. Frederick is the co-founder of Chessbase, and he met Anish when he was a young kid and saw his talent and made him meet Vishy. By the way, guys, a lot of people are spamming in the chat diss track and all of this. Guys, don't distract us, because the diss track is going to remain there forever. We are going to watch it. Right now, it's one of the most precious streams for me. Yeah, Anish's evolution. So if you have the diss track if you want to watch it.
Guys, don't distract us. Basically, yeah, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
don't distract
Yeah,
us.
okay.
We will watch it later. But right now, we have to focus. And thank you so much for all those who are spamming hearts in the chat, because it's very important to know about Anish, because we're coming to a very important subject, and that is
Oh, Anish's best friend.
Okay, guys. So now is the big moment. What is bigger, guys? Magnus Carlsen or Samai's diss track? Samai's diss track? Samai's diss track? Okay, Samai's diss track is more important. Clear. Okay, let's move on.
so.
It's probably in Hindi, yeah, the diss track anyway. Is it?
Yeah, it's in Hindi.
You have to
to be.
translate
It's
it for
in
me.
Hindi.
You have to translate it for me.
Yeah,
right,
we
yeah.
will.
I saw, I heard this other one, this Bevafa Samay thing. Oh, Jesus, the quality of the song, yeah, it's just tremendous. I only know what it means, the word Bevafa. I don't know the whole text, of course, but the quality of the song, man.
Yeah.
The professional
really good.
professional
It's very
OP.
good.
Yeah.
Taking it to the next level in every possible way.
Yeah.
But with Magnus, it's like you have a sort of a love-hate relationship, friendship, also rivalry. Very interesting, yes?
Well, I mean, friendship honestly is not really there. I mean, in terms of there is definitely, as I like to say, non-mutual respect. There is definitely respect from my side to him,
Right.
and I'm not sure if there is respect the other way in terms of chess. There's definitely a non-mutual respect that's definitely going on there. I mean, I respect his chess tremendously, and I learned so much from him. The amount of time I spent in last few years trying to learn from him and trying to think about things he does and what he does well, what he does less good, and how I can implement some of the things that he's doing in my own chess. It's been really, really tremendous for sure. Yeah.
Can I ask you one question? For example, let's say Magnus, in a way, he, from whatever we have seen in your evolution, you have been so smart. Yeah, you have been like acing your exams in school. You know so many languages. You are good at everything you do. Magnus has a very different approach. Yeah, he's very good at chess. I think he's just completely into chess. You both have a very different personality, right?
I think I think Magnus is also good at other stuff. Like I think he was very good at geography.
Yes.
For example, like remembering all the capitals, and he's very good at football. So I don't think we can say that he's only good at chess. To be fair,
Okay.
In my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. No, there's a different set of hobbies that I have,
Yeah.
a different kind of life, for sure. Yeah, and
It's different.
I mean, it is the reason. I mean, I learned from all of my competitors, of course, and all of the great chess players that are around, especially. But in his case, of course, it's special because he's far and ahead, usually number one, and then you have some sort of an extra, that gives you some extra information that you can take out of him. Then you cannot take from the others. Then you know that there is something that he has or does or both. That is actually unique, and that's why I think everybody really learns a lot from him.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And Sagar, I will have to leave soon because I have a stream in like couple of minutes. But just before that, thanks for having me.
Yes.
And I would also like to say, Anish is amazing for sure, but Sopiko is equally amazing. Like the amount of time, little time I've spent with Sopiko, like she's an amazing human being. And like when you're discussing about Sopiko and how she has impacted Anish, I'm sure, like I think Anish, you must be, she has provided a lot of stability, right, in your life.
Yeah,
And
no, for sure.
without a
She's
doubt.
been very, very supportive. That's definitely.
She's like
yeah.
super cheerful always. Like whenever I talk to her, she's always smiling and like a genuine, genuine happiness, I feel. And I get a very positive vibe from her. So just wanted to...
That one time that she made the soup for Vidit, the vegetarian one. I mean, he's sold now, yeah?
Yes. No, not only that. Like I remember in Vikings,
definitely.
she was playing, and despite that, she used to cook for you, me, and like of course for herself. But she was playing the tournament as well. Like
Yeah.
like completely wholesome. as Sagar has put it, wholesome family.
Yeah. Look at this very nice picture of the entire family. That's Sopiko, Anish,
That's very recent. Yeah.
parents, and Danny and sisters there. Yeah, Anish,
You
we
know,
did thank.
there
Yeah,
is there is just one story I get reminded when there is Ayusha there. Yeah. So once me, Adiban went to Anish's place for the first time, I think probably, and Anish had gone out. He had some work. So apparently we had to go to some supermarket. So Ayusha took us to the supermarket. Okay. And we didn't know her that well. Like, okay, it's the first time. So we went. And then while coming back, Adiban, of course, felt weird that we are not speaking that much. Like, So Adiban, of course, had to start a conversation. And Adiban starts talking to Ayusha. And then he knew that Ayusha does some gymnastics, I think, something like that. So Adiban goes, Ayusha, do you do gym and, gymnastics like this? And then he was doing yeah, gym like this, all kinds of stuff. And then Ayusha looks at Adiban for like 2 minutes and then says, I know English.
You spend so much effort, trying to visualize this whole thing, but
Okay, on that note, I leave.
take care. We
Bye-bye.
did thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thanks for
Thank you
joining.
for
Vidit.
coming.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Anish, coming to we have covered a lot in the last 1.5 hours, and I have some very interesting pictures here. I want to move to the part where look at this is one of your covers in chess, and it says
Yeah.
fabulous 2773 performance in Vaikanse. You are on the cover, and now you are one of the sort of editors of New in Chess, a very prominent contributor. You're also a part of the team, of the New in Chess. How is it, like, usually top players want to stay away from distractions like this, and you are there being a part of a magazine, you analyze games. Is it how do you decide to do this?
Yeah, that's changed really a lot. So I always liked doing that. I annotate games with eagerly. I really like it. I don't have to. Maybe I should, but I don't have to overthink sentences that I write. I don't write it in a very difficult way. I just write down immediately pretty much what comes to mind, so it doesn't take away too much time, and I enjoy it. At first, when I started doing it, it was a long time ago. It's a long story. So when I started doing it at first, it was very different because I was writing mostly about, and also for chess bases, Frederick. Yeah, Frederick asked me to do as a kid. I was annotating games of World Championship matches. I remember Anand against Topalov. I was annotating and all kinds of different things. And at first, I was writing about the top players. Yeah, so from an outsider perspective. And eventually, I started to write. I started to be part of it in a way. And then that changes, of course, quite a bit because you no longer are. You know people like a lot better that you write about. You whatever you write can in some way be used by them, and you don't want to show all the knowledge that you have about them. So in that sense, I've become a lot more restricted with that. So while first I was doing a lot of articles as well, where I would give my opinion on different things. Now I'm mostly focusing on the games and trying to annotate just the games, and no longer trying to give too many controversial opinions on the players or anything like that. But still, the work just on chess is very rewarding because it's one thing to look at the game even with an engine. When it's all on chessbomb or everywhere on chess.com. There's also engine everywhere. There's engine. The other is when you write an annotation, then you don't want to write some nonsense, right? You want to really make sure what you write makes sense. And then you go to a slightly bigger depth than you otherwise go. So you get to understand certain games a lot deeper and a lot better than the impression that you have. Like, let's say I've seen some games, let's say now of Duda against Carlsen or Carlsen against Firouzja, I've seen them and I have certain impression. So I think I've seen them. But when you analyze them really in order to annotate, you go much deeper and you think about it, because when you write, you think again, what you wrote, and you don't want to write nonsense. the games that I have annotated, I understood like really on another level. I think that's very helpful. That's something I like. And again, I'm able to do it because
You like it.
it doesn't cost me too much time. Yeah, and it doesn't cost me as much time as it costs some other people to write. So I enjoy it for
Also,
sure.
I see this, you attract things around you which kind of sort of make a part of yourself. It's never like I don't see you doing something which is totally away from chess. It's more like you want to be this homogeneous thing where everything fits in properly. Like here, game annotations, then Sopico, and your life is very well surrounded by chess. Like chess is the main part, and you have everything nicely fit in everywhere.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I definitely try that whatever I do makes sense because it is very easy, especially when you have some possibilities and opportunities to do certain things. Yeah, for example, you can do as just an example. You can even now we are streaming. Yeah, you can stream some game where you will have more viewers, or do some stream where you will have more viewers. And by now, me, but you much more, very well. Yeah, what kind of what attracts people. I'm sure very often you do a stream, you will know that you will have 1/5 of your usual audience. Yeah, you know that very well. You do that anyway, and maybe somewhere you have more super chats, somewhere less, but still. There are so many temptations to do things, or like there are so many invitations to different things, different events, different celebrations and parties and all that. But you cannot sort of have it all, and at some point you have to try to make some choices. And I always try to make that. It's difficult anyway because I remember when I was a kid and I was going to school still, and I would plan. I'm always very good at planning. So let's say no matter how little time I have left, I can plan out that time. So the small problem is that I am sometimes, because of that, I can procrastinate because like I can sort of so I would always, but anyway, at some point I sort of do things, but I can plan pretty well. So I would plan out my week, let's say, or 2 weeks. I would see that, okay, I play Bundesliga on the weekend. I have the exam on the Thursday, and I have the tournament starting from next Monday. So I would very well know that, okay, I would need this amount of time for that amount of time for this, that amount of. So I would plan out perfectly. But then I would discover time and again that there is one thing that I forgot to plan. And I think that's also something that maybe you can relate to. You realize that you forgot to plan time to rest. So everything is, but at some point in the middle or in the end, you realize that, planning was not exactly perfect because now you want to lie now a bit on the couch, but there is no time for this because it was not planned, because, there was, and you probably can relate to this. But yeah, that besides this, I'm trying to, so very often, I fill up my time in a way where later I think that, but it's a hard balance, honestly, because the difference between resting and being bored, in my case, it is just such a thin line. Like resting and being bored, like it's almost like, it's right there. Maybe that 1 extra hour I'm resting, I'm already bored. But maybe sometimes I'm tired and I need, so it's very hard to do that. I think you, as someone who has passion as well, you also have passion and ability to work a lot and put in hours into your passion. You probably recognize that sometimes it is hard to find that perfect balance between, having the bit of rest, but not, because I don't want to, for example, I don't want, I've been on holidays a few times. I mean, I know what is holidays, yeah. But I mean, at some point I just cannot anymore. I mean, what am I doing?
You cannot do anything.
Yeah, I just feel bad. Like I don't know. I cannot just be bored. I cannot just lie there. What am I supposed to do? Or like, okay, I like to walk, but basically somehow in my case that everything has to have some sort of purpose, and maybe I have that from early childhood, from my upbringing. But I cannot feel that I'm wasting some time on doing nothing.
One thing which really tires me out is keeping a track of everything. Like, for example, right now you said with it four card trick, then you said Bewafa Samay, you have seen it, you have tried to know the meaning of that. Then you try to see what's happening on Chess Base India Vishi Anand stream. Then you are also preparing. Then you also know something which is happening there. How do you have so much information at the same time manage to stay at a high quality? and not get tired, because overload of information makes me tired. I don't know about you.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, as I told you already, I get tired for sure, but I get tired from things that I don't find interesting, and from things that are boring for me. So then I get really exhausted from doing that. But no, I think I'm very curious about things for sure, and I'm probably many people are these days probably somewhat addicted to consuming information. So I kind of need to gain some information from some sort of a source, and that's also why I do so much chess, because in a way I need to gain more chess knowledge. It's like I need to get something, some information, otherwise I feel bad. So but yeah, I think it's fun. I mean, it's also very entertaining, the streams that you have. So I try to, of course, not. I cannot spend time on everything. Yeah. So some things I do. I have my priorities, and depending on the time and the day, I have my priorities. For example, I would love. I know for sure that you cannot have it all. So let's say today, if today had 50 hours, I would have definitely filled it up easily today. I have to film a project for Champion Store. I have to also, we have this stream that I definitely wanted to do. I would be really happy to play a lot of training games today also, because I have an opponent who is ready to play today. Wow. And also I would be very happy to do a stream also on my own channel today as well, because it's nice. And I have to listen to the Samedis very, very much and translate all of that. So as chat is rightly pointing out, and besides, of course, I have to do also my Neidorf course, and besides that, I also had a few other things that I wanted to check for myself, some opening things that are not related to Neidorf series. So all of that would be nice to do today, but there has to be some choices. So I'm hoping I'll do that in the course of the next week. But one way or the other, yes, there are a lot of things that I love doing all of them, and I have to do all of them. So that's what I'm doing.
For all the people who are here, and also for myself, where does personal time, like time with family, feature in all of this? Because there's so much.
Oh, don't even mention that. I just only mentioned the things that are obligations or not obligations, that are to do with work. I mean, of course, I would love to also, and we did to my son. Today he had a breakthrough. Suddenly he became a great table tennis player, playing ping pong.
Really?
Yeah. Suddenly he can play a bit of ping pong. So we have a new game to play. But basically, there are lots of also things. Of course, you want to spend time with your family, definitely, and also such a long time ago that I watched the movie last time. I really loved watching movies, but it's been a while. So you cannot have it all for sure. But you have to try to balance, and I'm trying to do that.
Talking about movies, look at this one. You're sitting like such a nice pose here. I think this is a photo shoot.
Yeah, this was a photo shoot. Yeah, I mean, it's Sagar. It's not randomly that there were pieces on the stairs and I fell onto the staircase. Yeah, in a suit. I mean, it's a photo shoot. Yeah, in Germany. Yeah, this is is my old Bundesliga.
Oh, team. This also, this is also part of that photo shoot.
I think so. Yeah,
you look very smart. Yeah, I think this here, the red and.
Sagar, there's a constant problem with me and the team events that I've played throughout. Constant problem. These jackets, they're always oversized, yeah? You see this one also. I mean, no team yet came to me with a jacket that is my size. All too big.
Well, they might be even big. Look at this. One more, I think, a photo shoot here.
Yeah, it's a famous Dutch singer, Nick. From a duo, Nick and Simon is a very famous singer, and we had that photo shoot with him the first time I met him there, and it was big in the Netherlands. They're very famous, the singing duo. Very famous.
What is this, Anish?
You've got this picture. Wow, amazing! How do you have that? I saw it the other day.
What is this?
I saw it the other day.
Why is everyone in goggles?
Yeah, from the Amber tournament, the last edition. They wanted to. I have horrible suit. Anyway, they wanted to do a photo shoot, and with the glass, pretty cool.
Look at Boris at the far right. He looks real.
Oh, Boris looks legit. Everybody else looks like the photoshopped glasses. Boris looks like he was really wearing them all the time.
Very nice picture. And look at this one more I have. It seems like two
Yeah, it's
chess
famous. Yeah.
lovers together sitting down and analyzing a position. Doesn't matter what's happening. I think it's a press room. Someone's writing behind,
Yeah.
and you guys are just so engrossed.
Well, let's say if it was up to me, we would have sat at the table. It was a choice of Vasily Ivanchuk to sit on the floor. I wouldn't compare myself to him. He is a very different person. He's more in the moment than I am, for sure.
But he's also very passionate about chess.
Very much so, but in a different way. I mean, in his case, I mean, in my case, still there is some sort of
Balance.
planning or consciousness of where I am and what I'm doing. And in his case, it's just that, he suddenly thought of this study. He was right there. He just sat on the floor. I mean, I would have definitely cleared the table, put the board on the table, taken out my chair, and then put the board. But he just does it this way.
Yeah. Different people. It's another nice picture of you and Vishy. I think Bundesliga as well here.
Yeah. Bundesliga. Very nice.
Yeah, and I think we cannot forget mentioning another big victory in Anish's chess career, the Shenzhen Masters. That I think recently 2019, very nice victory here. And Anish, what about I have taken this last picture here. It's you and Nakamura, young. But now the reason for that is not chess playing, but actually some kind of thing that you are doing here, and I put this also here. It's like the streaming, the entire streaming scene that is going on with your channel and everything. What are your thoughts on all of that? Is this something like you see some future in it, or what is it?
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's very hard to place it in, context of time, the role it plays, and how big it will be, and how prominent it will be. Because with case of, Hikaru is a unique person in that he is going a full-time streaming, right? He's doing streaming with as much dedication as you are doing yours, pretty much. Yeah, he's probably making the same hours. Yet he is able to still perform at the top level as a chess player. In Rapid and Blitz, though, only, at least. His latest classical results have not been up to his usual level. But now that it's only Rapid and Blitz, it looks as though he's really up there still. And that is really remarkable. I think that no one else can do that. I think this is just unique. So I'm not even trying to do that. I think that would be very foolish of myself.
But would you say like your YouTube channel is just because this pandemic, or while doing this entire thing, you have started seeing like, oh, this is something I enjoy doing it?
Well, the thing is, of course, it's all, it depends a little bit on proportion and how much of, how much time I spend on this, on streaming, and how much of my time goes in there. So for sure, the thing with the channel, so actually, I am not even close to be doing with my channel what I want to be doing, or what I wanted to be doing before the pandemic and when I thought of a channel. I'm not even close to be doing that. There is also much because I saw a little bit how it works and how the audience is there, and the way I saw it at first was very different. Before the pandemic altogether. So I wasn't planning to do a YouTube channel because I had no time for it, the way I saw it. If I will do the videos really the way I want to do them, to be very honest with you, it requires like so much more effort and time. I would want to script out every single moment, and I would want to make every video
epic,
something that I would be kind of proud of, afterwards. That is not happening at the moment. Let's be real. Let's be real. That's not exactly happening at the moment. But that was also not the plan. So I don't think I will ever have the time to do this full time. Also, it's not sensible for me to do a full time YouTube career or whatever. The thing is that obviously I'm a professional chess player, and I will most likely, at least while I'm young and at the peak of my abilities, do the things that that the world of professional chess pushes me to do. So if it would be a classical sequence of tournaments, like the original Grand Chess Tour was, and the World Championship cycle was, I would just be playing that, because that's where the prestige and the main fight was between the players. It was there. Nobody really cared about the blitz. I mean, really at all. Let's be honest. Yeah, I mean, absolutely nobody cared. Or where your chess.com rating was. I mean, absolutely, it was like a fun fact. Nobody cared who had what rating on chess.com, and you knew there are some specialists and all that, so that didn't matter at all. But it's a bit unclear now where the professional world of chess is actually pushing us towards. It is completely unclear because they themselves don't know, and that is because of the uncertain situation. And it is going well for sure, but it's not clear where it's going. It is definitely not going into nowhere. It's going somewhere, that's for sure. You see that there is a lot of interest in chess, and the game is really very well respected by all sorts of people, by masses, by a lot of people. Like the volume is there, and also influential people are really taking it seriously. The people in the world of movies, and like now you saw there was a big series came out about chess, and there is all sorts of there's also sorts of positive developments, that's for sure. But it's a bit unclear what a professional chess player or this life is supposed to look like in a few years. And as that is a little bit unclear, I think I should be ready for as many scenarios as possible that are there. And as part of that, I've tried to get my rapid and blitz skills a little bit higher up, because it is in a way a little bit unstable. In some way, if they, for example, would now all decide suddenly Emil Sutovsky will go on holiday, and without him, Magnus manager will call FIDE, and they will speak, and there will be some major sponsors. It can all just flip, and classical chess can disappear. As far as I'm concerned, I don't see why it wouldn't be a possibility, because let's be real. Yeah, I mean, already I was watching the other day American Championship. I was streaming it. I mean, they're not making a move, man. I'm just sitting, I'm trying to refresh. They're not making a move. Where is the move? Make a move, And that was rapid. 25 minutes. Already 25 minutes. I'm thinking, what's this extra 10 minutes? What are they doing?
I was commentating on Vidit's games, and when it was 5+1, it seemed like eternity after, you commented on the bullet 1+1. You're like, 5+1, that's a lot of time.
No, so in this particular setting of commentary as it is now, to commentate on a classical event, I mean, imagine Samay, there. I mean, he will write 5 diss tracks during the one game, He'll solve Rubik Cube 10 times and all. It just will be so I'm not saying that classical chess is ending by no means. I'm saying that this is a scenario, and I don't see why it's not a realistic scenario. And in that case, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be someone who is caught behind, because I believe I have enough energy and talent to become a good rapid blitz player as well. I don't see why not. I think that if I put in half as much effort as some of the good rapid blitz players do, I will get up there as well. And at the same time, you already see for sure from people on whose life of a top professional depends, like the tournaments and the sponsors of the tournaments and the individual sponsors. They are requiring simply a social media presence. So you are no longer able, like Grishuk would say, I don't want to have Twitter, you say that social media is for children who are 13 years old. This is not like this. I mean, Grishuk, 2 more years, Alexander, and you will have to have a Twitter page and Instagram page. Otherwise, you will not be part of the tournaments. He will have to, and already maybe
Really?
next year
You
they'll
think
force him
so?
to have a page. I mean, it's in all of my contracts. There is a social media thing. And I am completely sure that very soon every single player, already Kramnik has a Twitter. Kramnik is independent. Kramnik for other reasons. He retired for other reasons. But there will no longer be a player who will not have a social media account. Because it's part of the world. Even if you can no longer deny it, and as people get younger, the people who say that it is nonsense, while maybe they are right, they are slowly moving away from influential positions. So that is definitely there. So you have to have some sort of social media presence, regardless whether you want it or not.
Brilliantly.
And then you have a choice. You have a choice how active you want to be. If you want to have it generic, if you want to hire some kind of manager, but that's I'm a little bit of a control freak, or I don't want to have someone.
Also, you are inimitable. That is the problem. If you have a person managing a social media, within a couple of days, everyone will know this is not Anish.
Yeah, of course. And I don't. It doesn't really bug me. It doesn't bug me to do it very much. Although, of course, sometimes I notice that some things are taking more time than probably they should. But that's anyway there. So in a way, part of what I'm doing, half of it is I am pushed there. By the way, the top chess is being run these days, and the way it has to be run, because it's how and then there is just small differences. So do you want to have a YouTube channel? Do you want to stream on your own channel, or do you want to stream Banter Blitz? Because you have to stream Banter Blitz regardless you want it or not. Everybody will stream Banter Blitz next year. Everybody. The question is, do you want to have, and then if you already stream Banter Blitz, maybe better you have your own channel. At least you grow your own fans, and your own fans have a place to go. And because everybody has fans anyway, so you might as well have Discord. But basically I think with what I'm doing, I am slightly ahead than some other players. But essentially they will all get there. But the question is, of course, then there are small differences. How many videos do you do? Do you do what kind of streams do you do? Do you do unboxing video or not? And you can choose not to do it. It's up to you. There are options there. There are some small nuances that you can change. But essentially, a lot of what I'm doing as part of my professional activity is simply something I'm kind of slowly but surely being pushed towards.
Amazing. Before we go to the final question, Anish, this nice picture. Yeah, I like this very much.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody says nice picture because he's a very famous. I know him, of course.
Saurav Ganguly.
Especially, yes. Do you have issue with all Gangulis, or only this? No, but yes, he doesn't look thrilled on this picture. I can tell you. It's not the first picture that he took that day. That's clear.
Yeah, but
it was
funny. Nice.
Yeah.
I think you didn't know him, right, when you took a picture?
No. Of course, I took because I knew. I mean, I'm not going to take pictures with random people all the time. Yeah.
I mean, you
somebody
knew
told
that
me,
he's a cricketer.
Yeah. I didn't know much. No. I knew only Virat Kohli. I think when and of course I know some. Just Sachin Tendulkar. I know the name. Of course, from the past.
And I know why you know Virat Kohli. Yeah? Virat Kohli, not for his cricket, but for his Instagram page. Very nice.
Instagram,
very nice.
Yes, my Instagram.
Your Instagram guru,
Instagram
yeah,
hero.
maybe.
My Instagram, yeah, one of them, one of my Instagram gurus. But
look at it. This is
I got
Anish's
to know a lot more about Indian cricket.
Instagram page, one of the most well highlighted pages where you get to know. Okay, this is Anish's page. So many selfies. Very nice.
Yeah, you can say that, there are a few creepy selfies. You can also not say it. It's up to you.
It's nice. I like it. There's nothing wrong with it. Anish, and before we go here to the last question, would you say, like the last question from my end, which is a serious one, would you say that your entire chess, it's not like a huge chess career until now. It's just 20 years that you have been playing chess. There's still quite a bit to go. But would you think of it this way, that if you do not become a world champion, then you haven't reached the goal that now you are so close to, or that is not an important factor in your chess career?
It's very funny question. Not funny question. It's a very interesting question because you know, let me put it that way for sure. One thing I can for sure say, whenever somebody asks this question to a non-world champion, you know, it's whether he wants to be a world champion. Yeah. One thing I can tell you for sure that everything I do that is to do with my chess, for sure, and that I do in general, is as though I do want to be a world champion. So at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter if I want to be or not, or if I have to be or not, because I do everything as though I do want to be a world champion. And whether my personal drive to, you know, to do what I do is because I deep inside actually want to become a world champion, or because I for myself pretend that I want to be a world champion, I don't know that. And that is not relevant because I know world champions for sure. I know world champions who, for whom it was not a matter of life and death, and then they become world champions once, twice, thrice, and so on. So there are different, but yeah, I have definitely in the motivation, and I do everything. But I don't know, honestly, if let's say I will do real evolution of myself when I'm 8 years old, and if then I'm not a world champion, if I will see my life as a failure, I don't know about that. Don't know about that.
Yeah, well, right now you're very...
It's easier to become a world champion than to think of that question. That's for sure. So I'll try to.
Yeah. I can say from my personal experience of knowing Anish since few years now, that to be at that level in chess, to be right up there and yet be so level-headed and to be so easy going is not easy. And at the same time, he is not easy going. It's only from the outside when he meets. He is very intense in the work that he does. So it's a very complex personality, and I'm a big fan of you, Anish. To tell you the truth, it's really what you bring, the normalcy with the amount of effort you put in. It's simply tremendous, and thank you so much for this. Today sparing time, because I got to know more about you, more about the roots. The people in the chat got to know more about you. I think it was
Thank you.
it was too very, very informative. If you don't mind, there are a couple of questions which are in the super chats. If we can
Go ahead.
pick that up. Geetika Saxena says, Anish, we love your authentic self. Can't wait to see your contribution to chess in the coming years. Absolutely. Hitesh Dubey says, what is better, his wittiness or his chess? Anish, heart. Yeah, well, very difficult to say. Very witty. Imran Hussain says,
Sagar, you are not doing it like we did, no? I mean, we did the way he reads super chats. It's like, very difficult to say, very witty. Okay, next. No, it has to be the moment of connection between you and the super chat.
Okay, let's do it.
And the little pause.
Okay. Imran Hussain says, Nakamura has beaten Komodo in 2016. Anish, have you also beaten Komodo?
Wow, Nakamura beat no, but that was a handicap match, guys. That was a handicap match. There was a sequence of matches where Komodo was giving the f7 pawn and then one more thing, an exchange, and you would play these matches. 2016 already, you could not beat any engine remotely close to Komodo. So it was a handicap match. I haven't done these handicap matches. I don't see the challenge, but of course, if it's an interesting offer, okay, I will prepare for it and do it. But I'm much more enjoying playing just normal non-handicap chess with strong opponents. That's I find the most interesting of the chess.
Nika Butcher says, I'm curious, which year was this cover released? Talking about this new in chess cover. Yeah, 1 second. Let me.
Let's see.
That's that up on the screen.
Probably 2009.
So many pictures. Yeah, this is the one. This is very difficult. Yeah, I don't see the year. Here, 2010. 2010, second issue here. Yeah,
10,
10.
yeah?
And the question
okay.
is, I asked because some of the names mentioned Anish Carlson Caruana would be quite young at the time. And if we see today's best players, they were able to predict perfectly. Yeah. Well, I think 2010, they were already some of the best in the world at that time. Like Magnus, already 20 years old, was world number one.
Magnus already was number one for a while, but Fabi, I'm afraid in 2010, Fabi had a period when he was stagnating a little bit between 2650 and 2700 for a while. And then maybe that was still there, but he was clearly he was a talented youngster who wasn't making that final step for a while. But then at some point he did, and he broke through very fast, and he went all the way up.
Octopist says, today Farooq sir taught me how Magnus is aggressive in the endgame, unlike previous world champions in middle. But my favorite player is Anish, and is the first younger player who beat him in classical. Big dilemma. I think he's referring to your win against Magnus in their first classical and
Yeah.
And
true. That was
a great game. E3 square was very critical. Keshav Singh says, please react to Samai Dis at the end if possible. Keshav, we will check it out later. Imran Hussain says, why does not Anish play for Russia if he was born in Russia? Will he ever play under Russian flag in future? I don't think so. Yeah, Anish, you now.
Yeah. So basically, I don't play because as I moved to the Netherlands, I got here the coach and started playing in the Dutch tournament. So I changed, of course, federation at some point. It was very natural. And currently I'm a Dutch chess player, playing, also supported by Dutch Olympic Committee and so on. And currently I'm just a Dutch player living in Holland and playing for the Netherlands. So there's no plans of no reason to change any federations.
Yeah. Well, let's end this stream with this wonderful picture of yours. There were so many nice, but maybe my favorite one has to be, where is it? Yep. Let's end it with this.
It's a little bit of a pity, of course, for Vidit because he is the captain, but here I look like a captain, I mean,
and I must thank Anish's father, Sanjay Giri, who helped me tremendously with all these pictures. I was in touch with him on Facebook, and the day I asked him for the pictures, he instantly reverted with so many, some even which Anish has not seen before. So thank you so much, Sanjay, for sparing time and sending me the pics.
Yeah, thank you. It was very nice.
Thanks, Anish, and I hope that you find time to do everything because your list of things that you want to do or pending things is huge. But it will happen one by one. The pandemic is going on, so there's a lot of time at hand.
Yeah, no, actually, what is great though, with this now that I'm so much home, I get to spend time with my family as well. I mean, I always did, but now it's a lot easier, a lot more time, and in a way, there are always the positives, at at all the negatives that are there, and people just have to look for it. Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you so much, Anish, for your time, and thanks a lot for all of this, and see you soon. Yeah.
Thank you, Sagar. It was epic.
Bye.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Ayushi Sharma sends a super chat. She says, this was amazing. Thank you, Ayushi. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayushi ji.
Anish, one last thank you to Ayushi ji in your Indian accent.
Okay. Thank you, Ayushi ji. Thank you, yaar. Thank you. You could have watched some of this, but you are here, yaar. Thank you for all the love and support, guys. Thank you. And of course, I'll see you all on Vidit's Discord after this.
Okay, Anish. See you then. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Sagar.
Guys, that was Anish here. A tremendous session we have had about evolution. I got to know about him so much. And I think, as I see in the chat, only hearts and all of you saying truly inspiring. I think, what a journey. If you just scroll through these images, like if I went through like this, it's so amazing how everything has evolved from this young kid who traveled to different countries and learned so many different things, and then the chess player, and really so good at everything he does, right from every little thing. Yeah, it's just amazing. And right now he's world number 10, Dutch number 1, has been, right up there in the best in the world. And it was an absolute pleasure to interview him. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you soon for another stream in an hour from now. That is Nihal Sarin versus MVL. Samai's diss track can wait. I can watch it whenever I want. But right now, there are much more important things to do. So thank you so much, guys. This is Sagar Shah signing off. Bye bye. Take care.